see more of them, especially with Easy Allies. Got themselves 2 chicken dinners so far. They're looking like they're fighting on our strikes, but last game didn't really see much. But again, that was just a show match here on Weekend. It will be
Ah,
the time to strike. But look at the observers right
I
now. They're looking so bloody cool here. We have Zai on the left, along with Topcast Axer as the captain, leading the charge with his hands flipped and looking like his stomach wants to eat you up. And there is Cat as well on the side along with Yota. These are the people that are bringing you all the action where you are at home watching.
I'm loving them. Every single time they walked out of that, and that circle is
Alright.
just. If Cloud's here, he's gonna be happy about it because he's worried in it. But yeah, never mind. I think it might be a Mabatra circle. High probability there is. But thank you guys, observers. You guys looking just as like a macho man, you know? Macho man. You guys know that song?
no more baby boy.
Eh,
Oh,
no, today's not a baby boy.
I
You
think
want
Esther,
You know, all the
Esther's
high-
not a baby boy yet. He's
I
not
mean,
yet.
with
He's
the-
getting there. He's shaved, so he's getting
He's
there.
getting there.
Just a little bit more.
It's a bit later today, maybe. It's too early for that. And everybody cannot take it in when it's too early for that. But the circle again.
Oh man,
Seems like some teams will drop in Cosmotro a long way. I'm surprised nobody dropped by Dopomeso, but I think they just arrived there. Maybe because of the flight path.
yeah, I'm actually looking for resurgence to see where they drop because all the overlappings. This circle kind of feels like every Weekendy game, or at least majority of the Weekendy games that we get, the circles somehow always manage to not follow our expectations of giving us a huge load of compound.
Yeah, but again, this is a very compound-heavy map. So again, these people will just try to find themselves on compound, stay inside for the longest time. We did see PPG do the same kind of strat. They came into the circle within the first, they were in within the first circle. They got themselves in a very good position as well. Didn't really meet up with a lot of people. But J8 and AGMT, that's a different story because they will be fighting each other very early on as Voika is playing as well.
Yeah, this time Boyka is playing again, but this is just too many clashes for these two teams. We talked about the 8s before. Remember last week, they just love to drop by where the other 8 is against them. AGMT and also J8 seems like having sharing the same compound. Look at Boyka with the micro Uzi. This is very sneaky coming out from trying to be as quiet as possible. But I think they kind of know where is his position right now.
And Boyka is also kind of slightly further away from the rest of his team. And JA they do have Boyka playing in for today, and same with AGMT. Instead of Jerome, it's going to be Ninja. So both teams are going to present a slightly different dynamic, and this is going to be the game that lays out the groundwork, right, to prove that the change might just help the team.
Yeah, with AGMT, they are looking a little bit different this time around. They have J8's Boyka segregated a little bit further up to the north. Right beside him, you can see Eclipse is quite close to him, along with Xiao as well. So he's going to try and hold the fort for the meantime, while the rest of them will be coming along as well. But they are still looting out for to make sure that they are able to take this fight. But Eclipse going up as well. Xiao is right underneath Boyka, so I'm not too sure where Boyka's going. He's going
Boyka is running
upper side towards the other roof as well. So for the meantime, he's pretty much safe and he has a vantage point on all the other players.
Oh, he doesn't want to stay there because just now he has no way out except for jumping down, and it's gonna hurt his HP when he jumped down. So Boyka tried to parkour himself down towards this building, but we've seen Aloyu did it better back then. So his parkour skills is just amazing, blowing up your mind. But J8 and AGMT seems like they have sort of an invisible line marking their territory, and they will not cross it for now.
Yeah, AGMT is one of those teams that love to take these early fights, that love to be, in this compound. And Trixie is just 10 miles away from the rest of his team. This is one of the strategies that you kind of see more in other regions of Southeast Asia, where they send this one isolated person to scout out. Maybe not in MYSG, but Trixie is actually pretty much surrounded, so he has to hold on until the rest of his team gets out from that area.
And the thing is, his teams kind of have to come into the area rather.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're outside of the circle, so they have to push in. AKA is right in between them before they meet each other. But again, Trixie is in no man's land. There's Kingsman right beside him along with Ned. So he can't really get out of it. He has to wait for Kingsman and Ned to try to take that fight head on and then just try to finish off whatever's left. But yeah, he's not in a good position. As we look towards the eastern side, there is of course resurgence coming in as well. Dingo's in from behind him. We know Dingo's is one of the teams who kind of get towards the circle a little bit later, where they did in Erangel just now as well, but they got a better path going into it because it was kind of like hollow from the eastern side.
Yeah.
Back about easy here, Marlino. They are actually trying to challenge this one head on. It seems like Skizo just ramping into the compound of where of Marlino Noxy is. And 2v1 at this point. At the same time, the rest of Marlino approaching in. The cover has joined. Easy don't have all 4 men around here. They try to take out this fight 2v1. Maybe it will be a mistake coming out from Easy if this goes wrong.
They
Yep,
do
and
spot out Nazi here underneath him, but Fake will have to jump out of this. But gonna throw the net first.
Oh.
Actually pushes Nazi back towards the back side of the house, but Fake has to jump down here and go for this fight. They have the man advantage here, but Noxy is the only one that's left, or only one that's alone here. They should take advantage of this.
yeah, and Bean is actually playing on the high ground alongside, I think
no.
one of his teammates. Fig actually gets shot, so Noxy is on the corner of that house. He actually does get spotted out, but he's gonna get a spray through the smoke. Not enough to take out Fig.
Bin. Where would he go? And then a Noxy, Micro Uzi, he looked the wrong way. Sniper Man coming out from that side. And now he has the rest of the team. Easy will join a bit late than we anticipated. But now it's kind of a turning of table. Just now we saw Marlino kind of cornered Easy. But now Easy trying to corner them the other way around. It feels like a fish eat fish roll.
Yeah, and Marino, right now they have the upper hand. They've Easy already lost a couple of players there in succession. Fix trying to hold the line. Schizo's right behind the wall as well. He's watching to make sure that Marino doesn't have anybody else flanking towards them. But as it stands, no, he doesn't have any vision himself because he's towards the deeper side of the trees. So I'm not too sure how he's going to get there. He's still hiding them. Bin kind of has an inkling of where he's at. He wants to go in for this fight, but Bin playing it very, very defensively.
Yeah, and if you give credit to Sniper Man though, he actually cut off the reinforcement from Easy to open up this area. But
that's
Tito is going to find Sniper Man, who is going to go for a slight drip, but Sniper Man pops out, barely not able to take out Tito, and Tito will say his prayers and appreciate what he gets. That's a free kill on the Sniper Man.
Oh, but he needs to regen right now for Tito. I think it's just a cover. He will be knocked down because, like it or not, Noxy just approached around that corner, trying to find out where the whereabouts of Tito. Straight knocked down. He doesn't have first aid or Matt Kiss down there. Noxy will finish off. It's going to be the fair trade 1-1 again. But this time, Easy lost heavy casualty if you compare it to Marlino.
Yeah, Marino only lost one there. Fake is on the hunt, looking for Bin as well. Bin is hiding himself there. For the meantime, Schizo's running towards him as well. Bin still hiding. There's nothing in his arsenal to try and heal up. There's actually Superbike up above the hills as well, so Schizo doesn't have to take this fight head on. He has to be careful a little bit, but Bino, oh my god, he's still hiding underneath them. He should be good to go. He should be able to kind of reconvene back with his teammates, try to play it a little bit more safer, but Schizo's hunting for him.
Yep, and off-screen Kingsman, the royalties have been eliminated by Resurgence. We saw where Resurgence dropped early on. Those kind of Resurgence is one of the best teams when it comes to compound fight, and they did prove that. So unfortunately, Kingsman bow at 6th in place. Superboy for a huge spray from long range. That is not going to connect. And Easy, they finally decided to leave Marlino alone.
Yeah, been here, done that. I always want to drop that pun, but he never clutched himself. I'm still waiting for it. FV42 on the other hand, the only remaining FV in this place. Where are the rest of them? Quite early out there. I don't know what happened here. It seems like really is tough for FV42 to just survive 1v4. Hopefully they didn't sniff away his position for We Star XP.
Yeah, FV is not looking too great right now, but as it stands, J8 is actually fighting alongside RSG now. But RSG losing players left, right, front, and center as J8 looks like they are in the upper hand here as the rest of RSG is kind of scattered around this place. Boyka wants to go in rushing as well, but he's a little bit further from his teammates. It's actually Zali getting shot here by 1-2K. 1-2K hides himself for the meantime. He wants to go in from another angle. He will be able to do so. Goes out of the house. Zali is still very much low here. Should be able to finish him off, but Zali just hides himself for the meantime. Heals himself back up as well. Now R2K is in a very low angle. He gets taken out as well. Zali with the shots. What a clutch.
And that is just unfortunate for Resurgence. Y2K could have been the man to open up the fight or at least reset things for Resurgence, but at least the silver lining for Resurgence, they bow out with 4 points in the bag by taking out Kingsman early on, but JA, just one of the teams that people expect to get Vikendi for themselves, well, they were able to take out the team that got the previous chicken dinner on this map.
Yeah, but I do hope Resistance know this is not a show match anymore because this is the official one. They have to wake up now. That was quite surprising for them to actually go at the bottom two down there. The first two to be out. Resurgence right now in the first page. That will affect in the overall standings later on. Well, with 4-0, been playing hide and seek forever. Hopefully he will keep on praying Nobody find himself in there.
It's so funny to watch that we start scattering around looking for him, but
One
and
particular
it's just
shack.
one
Just
small
that one
shack.
shack.
And
One
it's
shack.
It's not even big. It's like a small shack because the back of it is kind of tilted down. He doesn't even have a place.
You
to
know
play.
why? Because of the vehicle ramped in into like that and it's exploded.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they assume nobody's inside there. So it's like knock knock, who's there? That's the moment where everything just goes down.
Yeah. And there's been this, this slight discussion amongst us where, 420 and I Naoki, both teams, both of them separated from Geek Fam and onto different teams. But Spotlight has pretty much mostly been shine on his brother. Or 420, he's been still struggling to find to gel with the rest of Flash Vision after that overhaul.
But nevertheless, we have the net circle here going on. Dino Park. Last circle where Irangan show match, we had a bit of a maze in Jogo Pool.
Oh, yeah.
Will it be another maze in Dino Park? We have to wait and see. Will we have Yudu, SMG, and also Net? Probably one of those teams will have to go down, including Team No Recall and Dingus. Those coming out from the northern part will have some of them a long way. Easy actually rotate quite far from what just happened. And Gig Fam will have probably the happiest day possible. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have any problems along the way.
Yeah, straight up coming from Castle, just no one to gatekeep on the perimeter. The eastern side is absolutely clear. And Yudu Gang, as usual, finds themselves in the middle of multiple teams. But knowing Yudu, you shouldn't worry about them too much. But AGMT is the team that you probably need to keep your eyes on right now because they can dictate which team gets passed into the southern side of the Dino Park.
You look at where Easy is at, though. They went towards the northern side of the map, went around the circle, and then just came back in from the northern side as well. So I think this is one of the things that we saw Damansara Esports do, coming towards the circle a little bit later, trying to take the further way around. But so far, so good. They have a couple of fields in their hands as well, so they should be able to get into the circle. And there they are. They're towards the northern side, but they still have to make some ways through to get towards the middle side of the circle. But as it stands, they are safe because nobody else towards the north.
Yeah.
That's true, that's true. And AW will be this second airdrop here. So we kind of played this before. When seems like they will not drop any code for now because we know the game sometimes. You know what, production? We know you guys love to troll us. I know the code won't be out. I'm not gonna be Cloud, please, not me. But Tara seems like they're having themselves a great compound to work with. We have JE across them plus another team, which gonna be none other than Marlino himself across them. One more team here for you to gang. They will have to take the fight against SMG.
Yeah, and this is where the game just slightly slows down because it is Vikendi after all. With all these compounds, you don't really want to just blindly charge in without any intel. And as much as Yudu Gang want to take up the challenge, they are pretty comfy with so many buildings to work with. They just got to keep an eye out. Jumper playing on the roof, Fredo as the usual scout. So I think Yudu will be uncontested.
Yeah, they have free range for the meantime. You can see AGMT on the horizon as well, but a little bit further down south. So they will not be meeting with anybody anytime soon. As you can see, Drax further away from his teammates. He's kind of just looking for an area where they can just play in because of, as it stands, they don't have a compound yet. But Geek do. They do have a compound in their name. They are split apart as well. So they should have vantage point over a lot of these other teams coming from the southern side of the circle.
Yeah, back about Geek Fam here. Split into two parts. Apparently they're taking this command with no compass, so it's gonna be A-OK for now, but for how much longer? We've seen the circle before. We see them coming up from the east. It's gonna be a straight path from Castle down into Dino Park later, but like it or not, they will have to take out the fight sooner or later. We're talking about the middle of circle. If I'm not mistaken, it's too many teams in there. We're talking about all 14 teams in that Dino Park area. That's gonna be scary.
Yeah, and it's already starting to get quite populated, at least around Dino Park, with at least 6 to 7 teams. 420 is still surviving as the circle now closes in with Dino Park at the center. And this is going to make things even more complicated as teams starts funneling in. But of course, most of these squads are still pretty much uncontested. Yudu Gang somehow in the middle, Geek Fam on the eastern side, Easy LX on the northern side, and AGMT alongside Marlino coming in from the western side.
Oh, I'm still happy the fact that FB42 is still well alive. Look at that. That shack really owes him a lot. I'm talking about he's still inside of that shack for such a long time.
He's actually right smack in the middle of the
Oh, yeah.
circle. He has the best positioning right now. But the diary of around him is just hellacious. There's just so many bloody teams around there. There's no way in hell he's gonna get out. But as he stands, just looking at net, it's underneath Yudu as well. If Yudu trying to push in towards the circle, net will be there standing in their path. But net, though, we have seen them a lot towards the first week. But a lot of the early skirmishes, they do not win. So I think that they were way better in towards getting themselves good positioning. But as it stands, so fighting head on, QCQ, I think they're not the best. So they kind of have to rectify that.
Yeah, I have to agree, especially when they have the change of rosters. That change a lot of it in terms of the dynamic and team play here. Nat Brother back then was one of the most aggressive and also loving their scoreboards a lot when it comes to the top 10 every single day, every single time. But they're just kind of falling off from the grace. But back about 4-2-0, we're talking about Dino Park. So he's been surrounded by dinosaurs right now.
I mean, this would be a miracle round if the circle somehow favors him until the end.
And he plays a hero.
And he plays the hero, right?
Yeah.
We've seen Superboy almost do it, almost did it in day 2 of week 1. You know, he failed, but maybe that story will be repeated. Look at him. I mean, he has a pigeon to keep him
Imagine he's just next to Vista XP.
Do you know how scary it is to just hear footsteps running around, people
He
looking?
just try not to even move a muscle. Imagine if he accidentally tapped things.
He
like
can't even
in the
breathe.
street.
He's just, you know, he puts his phone on the table or the couch. He's like, all right, I'm gonna grab a drink. You know, if I die, that's my destiny. I'm not going to move.
If we have a players cam right now, I would really love to see.
He's just lying down there flat, like, okay, what am I supposed to do here?
Guys, let me know if somebody is near me. I'm not gonna touch my phone.
Yeah, it's better not to, and especially if you accidentally move a bit, your footstep will be shown right across Lot there next to him, and Lot has no clue, and the rest of Vista XP have no idea what's going on. So we're waiting for potential accidents happen here. Eventually.
I think XTYR now is just asking one of his boys to just keep an eye out on 420. Your job for this entire map is just to watch 420. We Star experts, they are.
I swear to God, 4-0 right now is like praying, please leave this compound right now. I heard you guys starting the engine, but you know what? Never mind. Really close. Nobody tried to check the shack. Goodness me! Imagine if
they're moving the cars away though.
Yeah, this is interesting. But then the car that right in front of them of 4-0 right now is kind of burned and exploded. So there's no way for you to remove it, unless if you shoot down the doors, then you can see him.
You just gotta be patient, right? Imagine like he hears the car.
Nobody bothered to go.
Right, he hears the engine start and he's like, all right, I think they're gone. He opens the door and he just gets met with like 4 guys with a rifle.
You know what? Never mind. Lord is just moving all over the place with his...
Of all the places, someone check the shack, come on.
Nobody wants to check the shack because and everybody knows it's too small to have anything inside it. That's the mind games going.
See the confidence on V-Star, right? We came inside here, nobody was here, there's a car that's dead. We could probably have the compound for our own, and let's just stay here. In the middle of the shack, there's actually 420. No! He's running inside 420, there's nowhere for him to run. He's gonna try to throw everything that he has out through the door. He has been spotted out, they're gunning for him, but he can't get inside the door not again. 420 gets dropped, MP fall at 14th place. A little bit unlucky, but it was fun to watch.
I do want to know what happened just there. Who opened the door? Because apparently, I think he accidentally moved himself a bit. Probably they heard him his footsteps probably. Oh well, that was fun.
I mean, he will be able to add that to his survival time. It's not too bad. You still get a bit of a.
He got himself at least like at 14th.
Oh yeah?
But still 0 points.
Technically it didn't make much difference, right? No teams were knocked out while he was still alive. But it was a good run. You know, you don't get the...
Imagine the frustration on Vista XP just now.
You're like, oh, man.
Oh, there's a mole in our house all this time.
Alright, back to the game where Marlino, Net, and Dingos, they are fighting alongside each other. This is a 3-way fight so far. They know where Dingos is at, but Dingos doesn't want to budge from there. Looking at V-Star as well, still has that compound to their name, still inside the middle of the circle, so they don't have to budge as well. But now we have our first loot of the day. If you guys want yourselves on loot, want to participate in the PMEP PMPL
Why
as well.
you?
Enter the code and you will get yourself some awesome loot. If I'm not mistaken, the chew boxes is inside there as well.
Oh man.
Plus 10 attraction if you wear it on your on where it's supposed to be. Another plus 10
Where do you-
attraction if you
what?
wear it on your head because it stacks.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So you were going to say you're gonna wear it on your head, like on top of your head. Huh?
Yeah. So you have two. You have plus 20
Not a
plus
day,
nine.
no. But also not Fredo's day. It seems like Yudu Gang, they ran into a bit of a challenger. So Jumper is going to try and bring Fredo back up, but Marlino, they're directly challenging Yudu Gang with Bean in the front line.
Oh, we like Ben here
Whoa!
done that, and he tried to get one more. He tried to clutch this out with a micro Uzi play across the window here, and there's gonna be forever going on because somebody will be coming up from the backside, butting in. It's gonna be AGMT taking advantage here.
Yep, and Yudu Gang, like I say, smack in the middle. They're gonna get swarmed. AGMT, they stick the foot in. Marlino in the front line, and they're gonna start barbecuing Yudu Gang inside the building. With Superboy tossing in those mollies. He's gonna fry Naoki, and Jumper is not gonna live as well as Noxy will gun him down. Drax gets taken out by Bean, and Yudu Gang, well, they are out.
Yeah, you do can. They kind of got stuck in that house trying to fight with Marino, but Superboy in from behind just burned them alive. The entirety of the team was inside one small house. They have been destroyed as Marino wants to try and push in as well. J8 on the horizon. Tara's fighting alongside. Dingoes towards the edge of the of the southwestern side of the circle. So they have a little bit of fight there where J8 is still fighting with SMG on the horizon.
Not gonna be enough, Dingos. We're waiting for them to make a move. Rumble bot right here with J8 taking on SMG, knock down and tricks it into the captain itself. And bot, Putra and also Jenny, how they approach this. He's trying to toss a nade over, looking at quite a long time, but not gonna clip anybody just yet. AGMT taking down on Net Brother. In the meantime, Marlino, look at that. Boyka just arrived around that corner. Hopefully Marlino won't butt in the rest very last minute. Rocky and Boyka straight away go and revive Zolly first.
Yeah, Rocky's time is limited as SMG, they're hunting for him. And JA, they gotta be fast. They gotta revive the teammate and kind of rejoin the fight. Rocky is able to find one through the roof. Gets Jenny down. Might be able to get bought as well. That's a 2K for Rocky, but Putra will put that rampage to an end. But JA still have two members on the lower floor.
SMG in a lot of trouble. They should have a lot of two players now. In fact, Putra trying to hold things on as Boyka wants to rush here in front of his face, but Putra somehow holds the line. And in the meantime, they will be trying to pick up their team members as since SMG are on 3 players. They have lost Jenny very early on. Now they're going to try and fight this off. A lot of molly thrown towards the the first floor as Zali and of course Boyka is still underneath. They're trying to fight this off, but there's no entrance whatsoever to fight against SMG Putra.
Oh, but now Marlino and South just arrived. They probably be the one winning of all of this because it seems like both Team SMG and also J8 really losing it quite hard, especially J8. They lost a couple of heavy casualties. The only person remaining right now is just Boyka.
Yeah, Zali tries to run away, gets down at J8, and they're not going to be long for the world as SMG will clean them up. But at the same time, AGMT also wiped off the map, so two teams going out consecutively with Tara now only having to worry about A-Pool from that Brotherhood.
Yeah, I put all that's left. He's inside one house as well. Tara is going to try and push this in. But again, they don't have any information, so they're going to try to play it a little bit more defensively. But Apple, all alone for the side of Net Brotherhood. Might be going out at 10th place, who knows, but right now let's check out the map. We do have Easy coming in from the top side, Geek Fam a little bit centered as well, going towards the circle, aka all coming in from the north side. We do see from the south, We-Star coming in with Team No Recall and SMG. They're all coming in from one direction. Marlino going to try to take the wrong way out as Apo somehow still survives. Trying to take the fight onto Tara, but right now he has been spotted out. He's going to go through the back door, but he's out in the open. He's going to try to take another fight, but they know where he's at. The guy's actually healing behind him, but Apo suddenly still survives his rocket round.
Oh, there's one.
He'll be able to get one kill going for the second, but he will be traded upon. Apo takes a fall. Net Brotherhood out at 10th.
That was really close. He was looking at the wrong direction, the wrong time. We have also Kingsman coming up marching from behind, if I'm not mistaken, with number 5. Sorry, it was Dingo's MZ. And now We-Star Expert, they will not do the same mistake like they did with FV. They're making sure all the compounds are clear, including TNR now getting one kill by Steamby, getting on Carl.
Yep, and TNR, one of the teams that we also want to see much of, but SMG, they also stick their foot in though, as a Putra does take out Stewie 9K. The TNR, they're now going to take the fight straight to We-Star Expert. You gotta clean out one, but it seems like the bombs are coming in from afar, and this SMG being the third party to intervene in this fight.
It's gonna be Romeo kicking out the nade, taking down on Simbi Pro, but it's just a bit long and lopsided. Still with 9K, the first time he's playing near in this week here today. We're looking forward for his performance, but not like this. He's bleeding out. Finish off by Gigsane. Kill steal that away out of nowhere. And now Weestar Expert Romeo have no clue which direction to focus first.
Yeah, Weestar has the upper hand here. They have 3 players still alive, but Simbi Pro running on towards the side. They should be able to get the kill. Romeo jumps out, spots the player, but turns back towards his DBC. Wants to try and going for the fight, but he's getting shot upon from another direction as well. Now Weestar have to be careful here. They might be losing players left, right, in front, and center here.
Yep, and with the circle closing in, these teams, they gotta make a decision quick, and Romeo's gonna toss out the molly, forcing Sinbi Pro to rotate, but Sinbi Pro has the vehicle, so he's just gonna drive out of there, leaving Romeo alone. Romeo's gonna see the vehicle, go for free! And Lord! It finds Sinbi! And he also finds Ryan, Weestar Expert, they clean out TNR.
That was a hell of a clutch if you ask me, with that double explosion, so knocking one down, finish it off, and just get one more. Wow, we saw XP, they are really angry of what just happened before. Apparently going all out, SMG Putra taking down on Dingos for now.
Yeah, back towards AKA and Easy. They're not Easy wants to breach his compound, but the problem is AKA all spread apart as well. So it's very hard for them to take these kills, as you can check. Easy only has 2 players left, so they have to kind of push in from both sides. But as he says, the blue is hitting him as well. We start coming in from here. Putra did actually launches a shot. We'll be able to take 1 player from Weestar down.
And here comes the nade from Putra, tosses 1, but he's gonna make it double down on it. He does get shot, but his nade is only going to clip a bit of damage onto his victims, not able to take them down just yet. SMG fighting on 2 fronts, maybe 3, as the Dingos and Taras also joins in Marlino in a conjoint effort to take down SMG.
But now, at the same time, we have Blue, but Easy plays himself at 8th place here. We're talking about the 7th circle and trying to squeeze into that very small place. And everybody's inside of it. It's just not an easy time. Gigback having this circle for themselves, but SMG knocked down here. We're talking about Marlena inside, taking them head on. We have Tara might just gonna butt in if they want to. Weestar around the corner, but Superlan will taken down by Playzone, probably because Superboy just finished off by that as well.
Marino looking in for the fight. They see SMG's players will be able to take down Putra, so that's left. He's been fought out as well. But someone still gets the clutch, shuts down Noxy, and SMG is still in this fight, but only on Putra.
Yeah, and Putra,
that was a straight line.
Yeah, what a clutch from Putra. Just perfect shot and Sade able to kill off Lord as well. And Putra might be able to steal it away or just go for a bit of a tap. Sees the pixel. Lord's shoulder is peeking out.
Oh, his butt. Yeah.
Come on, Putra. Just a few more.
You know what? Honorable or not, as long as he got himself the kill point, he doesn't have to make too much effort about it, because why? He can. Down to Weestar right now, take it down. Come on, hits him right in the face. That's gonna be SMG eliminated next.
Yeah, SMG will be down, but they started off on the right foot, leaving Putra all alone. They're still very much alive, getting himself the 6th place. So
he's dead.
Kind of quite good. But WTS, though, we do lose them now. We started out at 5th. We are left with Geek, AKA Dingos, and what's the other one more team I'm missing here? It's coming actually towards the eastern side. Actually, Tara's playing here. And it's actually Random who gets clipped by the blue. He will be going out. Where is the rest of Tara, though?
Yeah, I think it's Tara now. Just gotta play the third party, right? Dingo's only down to 1 guy. You can see QB with a huge spray for the Micro Uzi. Almost down 1 member from the side of AKA, as AKA now gonna push in. So Geekman gonna respawn right now. QB has to tank the blue, and you can see Kitcha from afar with that spray. Not able to down Geekfam members just yet though.
Oh, Geekjump trying to zigzag it away with the blue clipping in, and now he get one. No, he being knocked down first. AKA trying to play around the zone. At the same time, how do they move forward? There's not much cover to work with. Only a couple of vegetations there. Wolf trying to take down on Geekfam, but at the same time, if he doesn't look at the back line, it's going to be a H problem as well, because we're down to 4 teams still. Tara Lynx around there still.
Yeah, and Tara, actually, I think Lynx is just gonna give himself to the blue. Like, he's not making it into the circle. Same with Sans and Dingos. We're down to 2 last teams, and AKA, they know that Geek Fams, they're cluttered together, but the first nade from Sane takes out Wolves, and that's gonna cripple AKA's firepower.
They are on a 3v3 situation right now for both of the team, Geek and of course AKA, but AKA getting the brunt of it as Sin is still running, gunning them down. The spray down will not connect though, but MQD is trying to push forward as well. They still surviving, but there's not so many members. There's only one player for Geek that's left. There's only Damn Root, but the rest of AK
Here
are
comes the
pushing
push.
in as well. They should be able to get the skill. Damn Root's trying to hide behind him, but he's all alone. AK pushing for him. They should be able to get the skill. Damn Root's still hiding there. Will be able to be finished off, but no, Damn Root's still alive somehow. He should be no. He gets taken down, and AKA picks himself out the first game split.
I didn't see this coming. AKA versus Geek Fan last few minutes. The moment AKMQD jumping straight, take it, whatever he has, and play along with his guts. We're gonna jump into Mirama finally. It's gonna be game number 2. Game number 2. Big map, big map, big map. Will it be you or will it be Husky? With the one being punished later. I still want to punish.
85%.
At least you do winning this.
85.5% of the community agrees that you do, as always, will get the.
It's right to
be fair, people voted you do to take chicken dinner for every single map, okay?
I'm gonna say 85.5% of them are wrong. It's gonna be this game.
Okay, so guys, this is what happens, right? If you do get the chicken dinner, follow me on my social media when it's gonna take all the heat.
Oh my god!
I am placing down my bets, okay? You do gang will walk away with a chicken dinner today.
It's really heated right now in the castles. That's just as heated it is, and also Mirama. We're looking at the flight path from just around the corner of Impala, dropping to Valdemar, and we have no clue about the circle. Man, I miss the the observers coming out from the screen just now.
They're about to.
Hopefully, because I cannot. Oh, that smirk and that smug, all these guys. It's just so cool.
I really can't get over Xer
I can't.
cutting his
Why you
mustache
guys
off.
just picking on the director?
Why did he cut his mustache off for the second picture? Why did he just keep it for continuity? Just cut it on the first week. He just suddenly on the second week he's bald in front of his
He's
face.
bald.
He's bald.
Poor guy. Guy worked so hard, 554 games observed, and you guys just picked on it on broadcast. But I agree. He should have kept the mustache.
I'm liking this intro and also the way they're coming out from the camp. But again, we'll jump into the game later. In case you guys want to see about our observers, don't forget to follow their social media, their tags there. And this is, something that you can learn from them probably. If you just ask them away in their social media, they wouldn't mind. And you can ask about how do you do that, intro coming up from the camp.
Intro,
Yeah, they can actually help you out as well. But we're jumping into the game finally. Seems like the circle appeared a bit late because all the teams being jumped off from their flight path. But this is a really centralized circle. It might just be a St. Martin or even Las Generales. I don't know about that because it seems like these are all the hotspots where the circle love ended up to be.
Yeah, and right now is because of all these teams in Group A and B, all these hotspots are going to be highly contested. You have overlapping teams on spot.
Again.
And again, AGMT, they share the same spots as J8 every time, and Eclipse is going to be the first one to take damage.
Attracted too much, I guess.
Maybe, could be, should be. As Trixie is all that's left behind the enemy lines. They're surrounded by 3 players of J8 and AGMT. They want to take this fight by dropping from second floor. Will he be picking a couple of shots? But he will be traded for. He's knocked down on the floor and finished off as well.
Oh, that was too fast. And AGMT, when it comes to CQC, we know they are reckless as they can be. They're really loving the fight.
No.
Boy Scholastic of health, they have been knocked down. Trixie with an AKM. Can he finish off Boy straight away? Even probably tossing a nade there.
Yeah, I think Boyka is definitely dead. They're going to clean him up. Eclipse gets the second point for his team. J8 severely crippled at the start of the round. And we've mentioned this. AGMT, they love these kind of compound fights. And they are just better than J8 in this sense. And you can see Zully, he's just driving his truck away. He's like, guys, we are out of here. We lost 2 guys. Let us get the heck out of this compound.
Now, the thing is, they are trying to fight on all ends here. J8 are a little bit uncertain of whether they want to skedaddle out of that or they want to take this fight. But as the nade comes flying out, you shouldn't be latching on anybody from the 8GMT side. But damn QD has to be careful here.
That's a review.
In front of him. They know where he's at. He's hiding behind the door, throwing a nade as well. They know the nade is coming, so they jump or they ran up to the second floor. Now they jumping out to his first floor. Should be able to get damn QT, but he's still pretty much alive for the meantime. He's actually still behind the wall and should be taking him down. I think they there's 3 of them right in front, and then QD takes a fall. They will be able to finish him down as well.
No.
Not the start they were looking for. They lost 3 in quick succession.
I think what Damn Kitty trying to do just now, he was trying to distract for the rest of Team AGMT from going to Zully. So that just attract too much attention, and they have too many members out there. So the moment Zali's driving, waiting for his teammate, you know what? He cannot save it. It's just no exit out there. But Zali, no! My goodness me, J8. First one to be out. I didn't see this one coming, but AGMT on the other hand, they're really loving the fight a lot.
Yeah, I mean, AGMT just impressive. I never doubted their ability to fight those close-quarter
I
combat.
know you don't.
Yeah, I never did. They are one of my favorite Singaporean teams
Oh,
coming into this
really?
league. Yes, yes. Come on now. I'm not saying it for the sake of it, right? I'm being very genuine. But I have to admit, I think what Damn Cutie did right there wants to be to distract AGMT, and also if AGMT runs in too early, they might get naded. Didn't work out though. He used 3 nades, they got nothing. It was a risk worth taking, but JA just no luck.
Yeah, let's look at the circle though. The only one that's so far from the circle that they have to kind of rush out very fast is Marlino, as you can see towards the bottom side of Minas del Sur. The rest of them are actually scattered around the circle, so they should be very close. FV towards the western side, along with, if I'm not mistaken, Geek as well. They're coming in from one direction. Team Knows Recall is one of the teams that we gave them a lot of hype coming into the first week as well. They kind of appeared on the second day. They got themselves one game. Then after that, they just kind of fall flat. We see them bowing out at 13th, 12th place. Not the start that they were looking for in the first week. Now in the second week, could they be bringing something different to the
Or
team?
maybe they're actually on the first week trying out something new. I'm talking about them being a bit unusual, not like they used to be. We're talking about TNR. Back then, they loved to go as a 4 or even like spread 1-3, but now they are quite separated for 2 pairs out there. On this side, we're going to have AKA MQD did a great run last game, got themselves that chicken dinner for the rest of Team AKA too. So AKA always surprises us. I'm liking the team that grind all the way from PMNC because they know the grind. They've been struggling. They have the most motivation out there because they want to prove themselves. They are actually up to par with the rest of the veterans.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also a product of their latest addition into the team, right? Luyo, the IGL, previously from Team No Recall. I think that really did help them. It was a slow grind, but they are slowly, showing results for themselves through all these games. But No Recall, they are also one of the teams that did make a slight roster change for this, at least for today, with Raymond not playing. And it's Stewie 9K playing instead. And you can already see the dynamics change where Stewie is just slightly more aggressive, plays at the front.
Looking at Geek Fam as well, one of the teams that are yet to find their stride here. They have a little bit of, they had a few close games, very close game as well, all placing top 3. As well not getting shot by Iron Pro. That's a far ways off, but Iron Pro is in a lot of trouble here. I don't think Iron Pro will be able to get this last shot in, but North is bleeding out there.
Yeah, but the question is, where are the rest of Wistar expert? Did they actually? Oh, they managed to revive him. Oh no! Iron Pro still get it. Goodness me, this is gonna be really a huge graveyard for Wistar XP. They didn't see that he can snipe all the way. Iron Pro, what did you get your breakfast this morning? Your eyesight is just insanely good.
A lot of carrots for his meal. Iron Pro
Probably.
is one of the
Rich in iron.
rich in iron. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the
Okay, I'll take that.
one of the best snipers we have in this league.
Kills.
Yeah, he has accomplished, I think, one of the most long range shots, long range snipes, and that was just brutal punishment for We Star experts. Great play from Iron Pro.
Didn't see that one coming. I mean, like, that's a very long shot. They don't even pop the smoke just now. Did they really not have any smoke on their side?
Yep. Now We Star, as you can see, scrambling their way out of danger here.
Oh, man.
But they have lost, I think they have lost too much here going into this game. Miramar is one of the maps very open. You only have the terrain which goes up and down that's going to stop you from fighting. So things are not looking so bright. But back to Dingoes, is one of the teams which in the last couple of, or rather on Sunday, they placed themselves top 3 finishes. I think twice, if I'm not mistaken, they got themselves 1 win on the 4th day, Dingoes. But they're looking better and better now towards this day. Though I think in the first match they placed top 3. I think it was a show match. So they're looking better and better here. But last match, not too much.
Yep. SMG Putra. He is the top fragger for now, the best rusher in the tournament itself. 34 kills just by him. And also Udifredo falls to the second, 33 kills in overall. Mobile in third place, 31. So we have all Group B. Goodness me. All Group B top fragger and also Group A top fragger playing today, so you can imagine. But you know what? I don't want to be Cloud right now. AWN drop, no cope for me, so no cope for you guys. Deal with it.
It's okay, it's okay. It's bound to drop pretty soon. But you know something
My
about
God!
yes! See? PMPL, you guys get it. It's not... I'm sorry, Choo Choo. I was waiting for you to pass the ball and... Take it away, guys. It is your lucky day. Note down the code. Get your
mean.
PMPL drop. Wear it on your... head, it stacks, whatever. Just take it.
I swear to God.
For
If I
such a-
know who actually behind the
Production is
scene,
playing with you, huh?
For
If
such a
I knew-
guy, he's holding so much hate for us, right?
I'm
I'm excited. That is excitement. Come on, guys.
I mean, like, I've been talking for such a long time for the drop, and they don't want to drop the code. The moment I pass it to Husky, they just make it appear on screen.
Thank you
Goodness.
very much, production. I
All
love it.
smiles on Husky
All
there.
smile, yes, yes.
I
Man, you
swear to
guys
God,
bullied me about you.
You guys will actually be in my position one day. Trust me. It's just because Cloud is not here. I have to take it in.
Yeah, we miss him because
We'll
he's kind
miss
of-
him.
Yeah, he's kind of the brunt of the jokes most of the time, but he's not here, so Chuchu's getting the bitter end of it.
Man.
Oh man, but okay, looking at Net, Net's one of the teams we wanted to see more better coming in the last weekend, but they didn't show up at all. They was sitting right smack at the last page as well. No notable finishes. A lot of the times they ended on the second page of those games. So yeah, Net Brotherhood, I think they're finding a lot of problems coming into this coming week. With last weekend, really.
What do you think the
really
biggest
show-
problem from this side, honestly?
I think
What went
as
wrong?
everybody else has improved on their CQC, they have to also improve on it, because a lot of times you can see that they do not want to take those fights. They don't want to take the fight head on inside the circle, so they kind of shuffle around the circle. But then they fight they get themselves into a fight with somebody else, but they cannot really take those fights because they're a little bit too closer apart, closer to each other. So again, CQC may be the problem, but that's something that they can actually fix.
It's
Yeah.
like they're trying to dodge, but it kind of create more trouble instead of taking it in and just face it.
Sometimes you just can't hesitate too much. I feel like that
It's
is
all
the-
about the mind game.
Yeah, you have to. If you commit to something, you have to do it as a unit, right? The calls have to be decisive. It has to be, instinctive and instant. There was a direct comparison between both Net and Tara, right? People expect Net to be kind of on top of Tara, but
Yeah. Because
surprisingly, Tara was the better team so far.
yeah, that's true. Because of the founders itself, they are going at the competitive side. Well, the husband and wife. No, I'm gonna shout it out for BossNet and also none other than Noradanish. So it seems like your team seems trying to perform as well. But back about Marlino. So Marlino, one of the most favorite of community out there. They're a bit slow. I've casted a lot of the qualifiers game, but they're not as shining as it used to be. Maybe because, they are fighting against all the veterans that more experience. And we were talking about the mind games before. When you're like, oh, we're right now fighting against all these like season 1 veterans up till now. Can we do it? Do you have a shout out, or at least how can these teams that fresh blood into the scene, how to, work their minds? You know what? I'm going to pass it to you. Pass it. Pass it now.
Oh, the look comes.
Oh, my.
Yes!
What?
What?
PMPL, look for you
God.
guys at home to participate in the PMPL as well. Punch in that code, get yourself some neat items, and the chew boxers again. Plus 10 attraction if you wear it on your head. Plus 20 attraction. There's those stacks actually.
Oh, you actually called out to the joke. I like it. The chew boxes.
Yeah. Also, you won't get any drops today if you're playing with the chew boxes, because why? It's just like that.
It's,
But-
it's just like that.
Yeah, Gig Fam on the other hand. Okay, we've talked about Gig Fam for week 1. Wen and also Husky, and I think Wen really love Gig Fam performance a lot, but it seems like they are a bit shaky right now.
They take a lot of group fights in the middle stages of the game, but when they want to rotate in, they kind of lost a little bit too much. Every single time that they take fights, they win, but they kind of get left with 1 or 2 players, which is it's not ideal. You're not really Yudu that you can pick up players front by Kingsman right now have found themselves in a little bit of a scuffle against Terra, but Terra is on the other side as well. They want to take this fight.
Yeah, and you can see Kingston, they are more spread out. You have Wagyus on the far southern side. Lings is actually trying to make a rotation with the buggy, so this might help out. Cabo throwing out the nade. You can see the rest of Kingston Kingsman actually laying in damage onto Tara. So this might be their fight. Tara Lyran actually takes out Wagyu. He finds him at the flank and he headshots him down.
Oh, this is not great for Kingsman. Wagyu is really far apart from the rest of the team. It's going to be a long way for them to actually revive him. At the same time, Tara popped the smoke, tried to advance. There's two things about popping the smoke, whether they're trying to advance or they're trying to revive him. But right now, Tara going for aggressive side. Cowboy trying to fight against Ling. And then connected dot so far, but he got reversed over. Insider taking him down next, but Insider now in problem. And Random tried to just clutch for the rest of the team because Warhorse is running pretty low. And things are really ugly right now on the side of Tara because we're looking at only 2 players here for now.
Random is all that's left for the side of Terra. Now trying to fight the rest of Kingsman's back as Lirin comes joining in as well. So Lirin is there, has the upper hand and will be able to take down Insider first. Couple of players right inside his crosshair, but he's going to finish off Cabo there with the spray down. Insider behind, backs as well inside the car, but Insider, I don't think they can get to him. He's right inside the smoke, but there's no way to get inside there without getting shot.
Yeah, Liren is definitely the hero. Ling set up the flank. Liren picked up Wagyus from the flank of Kingsman's side, and they eventually win the fight. So it's the long run that counts. Vex kind of fails to drift a bit, and he's gonna slow down. But thankfully, they were able to drive away from the scopes of Tara. So Kingsman makes it out with one casualty. Maybe not. Maybe I said it too early, as Liren will find a shot onto the Insider, and down under he goes. That's 2 kills for Tara.
They have to pick between those two, and they picked the wrong one because Wagyu, the one bleeding out, a little bit too late for the rest of Kingsman to help him out. We saw them just now. It's not going to be an easy advancement to other teammates. But Tara, the moment we mentioned it, so maybe we got them.
Yeah, the moment we mentioned it, come on.
Yeah. The moment we mentioned it, always kind of give them highlight a bit. But
okay.
this is the third airdrop of the day, M249. You know what? I'm just gonna.
It's gonna be you. No, take it.
Yay!
Yes.
They've been showering it in my face, yeah. So catch out their PMPL loot. You guys can be the mate with the micro Uzi. You can be the snowman. When you shoot in Miramar, because why? I don't know why Miramar people still wear that suit. But you can be wearing that boxer. Just don't imagine me in it. It was back in the pack half. You know what? Because they actually did. And yeah. That's just happened.
I didn't say that. I swear I didn't say that.
God.
Oh my god, that's such hot water for me. Let's check out Resurgence. Resurgence fighting against Dingos. Hopefully Dingos will be able to fight this out. Resurgence, we've seen them fall a lot in the middle stages of the game, taking a lot of these fights, sometimes on all angles. So they have to be careful here going against Dingos. Make sure that they're aiming on one direction only. Take on that fight against Dingos and prepare for the rest after that.
Yeah, and I think the 2 guys you need to look at right now is probably Wokey and Iron Pro. These 2 have one of the more standout performances. But Y2K is also not performing too bad, even from the show match. But Resurgence have the same problems with Geek Fam. They take the good fights, but it was always that split-second decision. When all the chips are down, then they kind of plunk.
Oh, but wait for Inuk trying to connect the dots for now. Start the preemptive shots and sprays towards Iron Pro. We've seen Iron just now. He's doing a lot of iron in the morning, but now he got clipped a bit on top of his helmet. It might shred it a bit there.
Yeah, this is dangerous for both teams. Both of them, as you can see, do not want to go over the hill because they will be out and open for shots. So because of it, AG is playing a little bit further up front. The rest of them are playing further behind. They're slowly surging onto a Resurgence. Pun again, I did not mean that. But they're going against Resurgence now. They want to take the fight head on, but they're waiting for Resurgence to pop their head first.
Yeah, and this is pretty advantageous for Dingos because Resurgence have to go out the high ground. So Dingos will definitely see them first. They have the appropriate scope. So Resurgence now, they had this problem trying to siege high ground on Erangel last week against AGMT. They are being put to the test again, but this time their opponents are going to be the Dingos.
Yeah, but at the same time, they cannot actually go in a longer route because we're talking about Dingos kind of got on their hillside too. So they have to figure things out, whether to take up the fight or just go for a retreat. On this side, on the other hand, we're talking about Los Leones will be the circle. I think SMG kind of is happy with the circle right now because that's where their dropping points were. But back by Avi will be the one that rotate a bit late, and the rest of the team Tara will have to fight against Easy first. I do want to see that fight very soon, but AKA just touching at the rim of a circle, and Resurgence, they have more than to handle because we're talking about Dingos, Resurgence, and also AKA sharing same places.
Same time, you can check out U2 as well, coming in from the northern side of the map. They don't have a lot of contention there. As it says, it's Team No Recall fighting with Marino on all ends, though, but it's Dingos right now making a move towards the circle, and they want to bring all these vehicles in to make themselves a little bit of a bunker here, right out in the open. Sometimes you don't have a lot of things to play with. You only have the terrain, so you're going to add that with vehicles being you explode to Dingo so you have a chance.
Yep, and Stewart 9K now. A bit of a long-range spray, not able to get the shots in, unfortunately. So, Yudu, they made their only rotation, means that Dingos are late, but Stewart 9K just continue to try and get those bullets. But they are just not really paying off so far as Tara, wow, how they change those stands. You can see Tara getting something off screen, but Stewart 9K, actually they finally got someone now, so Tara coming in for the cleanup. They actually caught Dingo's mid-rotation, and this is going to be a free meal delivered on a silver platter for Tara.
It's an easy Thanksgiving feast coming up for Tara. Plays out the Dingoes here. They are popping the smoke. They have nowhere to go. Surrounded by so many teams. At the same time, Dingoes and GG quite separated from the rest of the teams here. Trying to distract them from being pinned down for the rest of his teammates. Warhorse is just going wild. He gonna charge right in. They will rush things out.
Dingo's in a lot of trouble right now, but they know where GG is at. That's the thing with Tara. You know? They're very concerned with their backs. They make sure that they know where GG is coming from. So because of it, Dingo does not have anywhere to run. GG can really provide suppressing fire because if he does that, all three of them are going to aim onto him. So really, Dingo's are just stuck here.
Yeah, and it's unlucky they were shot by Stewart 9K and they were caught by Tara, and that is the disadvantage, right? They made the late rotation, they let Yudu go first, they were not able to stop Yudu, and now they are the victims of that entire butterfly effect. And with that being said, Dingoes are now going to be stuck outside and on the low ground. But the silver lining is they do have the safe zone within their perimeter, but Lyron finds the headshot onto
Oh my
XG.
god, that Tara long shot coming up, and we have one more team. Just have to make it the more the merrier, right? Kingsman just arrived around the corner behind Tara, so they cannot be too careful focusing on what's in front. They have to focus on what's behind them as well, because it will be a really massive fight if they are too focused on what's in front.
And you hear the buggy, it's going to be Kingsman driving through. At least for Vex, he's the only guy. Okay, so it's not them that's driving. The last surviving member of Kingsman. They were assaulted by RSG earlier on, so Vex being the last man alive, being able to at least survive for now. But he's not in the safe zone, so he got to find a way in.
Yeah, there's no real actual way in because there's a couple of teams right in front of him. Terra then have gotten himself in better positions as well. There's a couple of teams right around in that area as well. When you look at Yudu though, they found themselves in a very precarious position. They're spread apart towards his town. At the same time, as you can see, Trixie, Xiao, and of course Ninja are watching on towards one compound as well. Xiao has the upper hand because he has the vantage point here, and the rest of Yudu are actually underneath them in terms of the floors.
Yeah, but I do see another team coming up from behind there, which is, if I'm not mistaken, that is Gig Fam. Or even a different number. Never mind, that's actually Yudu gang as well. I was hoping it's going to be another team because it would be more interesting to watch. But AKA just took down a couple of members of Easy.
Yeah, and Yudu gang, they might feel a bit compelled to move slightly into the circle because they're at the outskirts, right? And the circle is actually moving further and further away from this Picado compound. So these two teams are going to inevitably clash. But we know AGMT, they love these kind of multi-level, multi-story compound fights. So they feel pretty comfortable. But with all these teams migrating into the center, Yudu gang and AGMT, only one team will survive.
Yeah, Yudu are wary of where AGMT is at, so it looks like they want to take this fight before they enter the circle, and which is fine because once you enter the circle, you have to fight Resurgence, so you have to make sure your backs are covered. And Kino Rico has found himself in a little bit of a scuffle against Geek Fam, but it looks like Geek Fam should be able to get out of their scot-free. The rest of Kino Rico is pumping them with bullets as Stacks gets a round of their Stacks gets exploded there. Geek Fam in a lot of trouble. They have found themselves a compound, but they're getting rushed on for FV as well.
Oh, this is too much attention onto Geek Fam. Never mind.
Wow.
FV, when it comes to vehicles driving, there always surprises us. Arm with that grand entrance just now, just make it more interesting. Sane try to fight on FV, but at the same time, Team No Recall breathing their backs here. They are really in a tough spot, sandwiched between so many teams. Can they get out from this?
And this is just a shower of grenades from Geek Fam to keep Flash Vision out, but their time is limited as player number 3 has joined the game, and Flash Vision with that grand entrance, they better make something out of it as X-Arm. He will cook up that first nade. Second floor is where QB is. It's going to get the trajectory, bounces in, not able to land on QB.
Yeah, Arm is trying to throw every single thing that he has through at that house. But as I said, we know that in this type of situations, they always kind of bow out very early on. They take these fights, they try to take these fights at least to improve their positioning, to improve their I think morality as well. But they always falter. But now, as you can see, FV is going all in here as Gig is getting pushed inside the houses as well as Arm actually spots out QB from the side of the door.
They're trying to play around the corners now. Arm being very quiet. They try to make clear that no team nor recall coming out from another different angle, while at the same time trying to spot out QB across that. We have FV already tried to migrate themselves, but will Arm take up the fight here? He'll be left behind if it's not moving very soon, but they got caught on QB. Will actually engage. Oh, he tried to run away from here.
Yeah, it seems like Flash Vision, they set up the bait with the vehicles, but Geek Fam, they were a bit patient with that. So Flash Vision, they
Oh, we
make
need
that
to
entrance
reverse
and
first,
yeah.
my god.
And they get nothing in return, so now they have to drive away. And Handsome, he might better run of the fire from Geek Fam. His vehicle taking so much damage from QB. He's able to get out, but off screen, Kintel seems to got run over by himself. And Exars continues to take a hail of bullets from Geek Fam. He's to weave around with the vehicle. Yes, he does survive.
Oh, but at the same time, that took him such a long time to get out of the parking zone.
Yeah, FV rode out of the frying pan into the mouth of the tiger because they have found themselves in another scuffle here against We-Star. They directly came to this compound. We-Star already above them, back towards AKA and SMGs there as well. Easy is coming in towards the circle from the southern side. We have Net right smack in the middle of that, but again, all are not safe. They have to shuffle back towards the western side.
Yeah, and you can see the kill feed. Everyone is just taking out each other's head, but Net Brotherhood, they have full control of this particular area, aka on the northern side with Easy on the eastern side. This is just perfect for Net. They can basically gatekeep two teams at once as the circle ducks towards the western side where Yudu, TNR, and AGMT are. Now, Yudu, they did have one guy being knocked down by AGMT, so it's going to be tougher for them to kind of get into the zone as Dingos, they get eliminated.
I'm looking at Geek Fam right now. Seems like they are having the circle better because they don't have to worry what's behind them. Right now, at this very moment, behind them is just the blue zone. They don't have to focus anything else except for what's in front. AGMT on the other hand, taking down on Yudu Naoki. That's not going to be a good run for Yudu against Sorry Husky. But right now, FV here, they had an accident just now. That parking was really tough for him. But can he take down on that? They need to cut across so many teams to get into the circle.
Right, with Nat and Marlino fighting it out. Sika Street's trying to hold on towards the angle, but Sniper Man's in a lot of trouble. Marlino already lost a couple of players here. He left Noxy and Sniper Man. They have to fight this on, but the Net players, they have dropped down two of them, so they should be able to go in for this part, but April still hiding behind the sides.
Yeah, and Marlino right now, they just need a bit of vision on where Net Brotherhood is, but Sniper Man getting shot. He's probably the safest. Superboy getting shot. Sniper Man is the safest one, but not anymore. Apu finds him with that nade, and it means that Net Brotherhood, they have a clear idea. You can see Apu is actually coming in from the flank. He's going to find Bean as well. This guy is a nade guard, and Net Brotherhood should be able to clean up Marlino.
That's just gotta hurt a lot in terms of Marlino's side. Now is trying to finish off Noxy right across him. He saw him and he jumped off. Will they clip it? It's gonna be one team of Marlino going really south this time. Eliminated on 14 plays.
Yeah, this time around, Net played it fantastically. Threw a couple of nades inside first. Make sure that they cover all their bases by AGMT in the scuffle against Team No Recall here. But Team No Recall has to be careful because AGMT is on the horizon as well, coming towards their side. Because he shouted underneath Ryan as he stands. But Shah has to play this very, very careful because Ryan is kind of exposed on towards the second floor. But they can't get to him, but the rest of them are coming.
Yeah, AGMT, they actually took out Yudu, at least a couple of members of Yudu before making it past Picado. We talk about this, they're really good at compound fight, so they're taking this straight to Team No Recall with a 3-1 formation. Simbi Pro getting rushed by AGMT. Eclipse now going up to the second floor. They're trying to take control of that balcony, which is going to be instrumental towards them taking over this compound.
This now, the mass is happening. The great migration cut down so many teams so fast. 6 teams in a row going out back to back. We're down to 8 teams, only 21 players alive. While Ryan bleeding out, fighting against AGMT. I have to say, AGMT been performing very brilliantly this round.
Yeah, actually, Yudu is left with only one player here. Usually, Fredo again, he lost losing a
Asti.
lot of things along the way. In the last game, they did it.
AGMT.
Or not the last game, or sorry, on the show match, they did it.
Yeah.
But they lost a few players, but they were able to pick them up. But this time around, they came into the circle very late. As FBC fighting it on, Nets loses Psycho. That Vista takes a fall on the 8th place.
And Fredo just trying to backstab. He actually took out Ryan, and Trixie also took a couple of shots, and Fredo took a Never count out Yudu gang when Fredo is still alive. But, you know, AGMT, they managed to cripple Yudu gang early on. They took out 3 of their members, some of them to the blue zone. So AGMT are still the alpha male in this situation, but Fredo somehow still survives. And now TNR, they are the one in a bad spot.
Every single point matters, and Fredo making sure he got himself that 1 point here just now. make him really is valuable for the team. He just want to buy more time, but FB taken down on Nat, who got eliminated just now at 7th spot. We're down to AGMT on the CQC.
Oh.
Team No Recall this time. They are going all out, fans out. Then now they try to just shut one more down on AGMT. Will it be a clean, squeaky wipeout, or will it be Team No Recall just to reverse things over?
This time, way better for them, and they eliminate 8GMT here, if I'm not mistaken. A couple of places left. It's actually Ninja. Ninja gets finished off as well. To the left with 5 SNG. Putra still very much alive along with Trixinity. Defense towards the other side. Yudu still has Fredo, still very much alive, but in the compound of Team No Recall. What can he do in the situation? He's getting faster, getting flashed in as well, getting pushed. What can he do in this situation back against the wall?
Well, you gotta hope that SMG now takes on the fight against TNR, because that is his only ticket in. You can see where Fredo is right now. TNR, they can flush him out. They can let him bleed out to the play zone. He is not the main concern right now. Trixinity is also playing alongside Putra, SMG on the side. So TNR, they kind of have the compound within their favor, but they gotta move out pretty soon with GigFam inside the circle once more.
Oh, sometimes the circle is the saving. We're gonna have to wait and see, because if they need to move, probably not that much. But now Team No Recall, they will be bombarded by so many different directions. We're talking about every single person alive in this map, marching towards their way, right in the middle of it as well. And they're on the higher ground, so they can have any heads popping out from that side hills there. And Trix trying to take down and Sumnus right across him.
Yeah, SMG in a lot of trouble. They're left with 2 players here, getting pushed in by Team No Recall as well. This is way better for Team No Recall. Such aggression, such poise to get the skills. They will be able to get Trixinity, I think, because they have the manpower. They can get around. Trixinity gets needed as well. Insomnus hears this, wants to go in for the fight. He's still hiding low, buying a lot of time.
Oh,
But
no!
from the that might last Trixinity. Oh my god, got out of there with this sliver of health.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
It's
Trixinity
just Trix all the way, nobody else.
Yeah, it's just weaving and bobbing left and right. Still has Putra protecting him, watching the flank, but unfortunately the right side is blinded out by the smoke, so Putra doesn't have much angle that he can possibly watch right now. All these teams, the seemingly have forgotten about the existence of Fredo, which is fine by Fredo as a Geek fan. Now, because they have somehow got the circle in their favor once more, they have a 90% chance of winning. They just gotta play it slow.
And now CMB trying to build the bridge smoke, but you do
Here we
still
go.
survive every single breath matter for him. QB let's take a will. If he, actually Fredo can kill Steelers away, that will be a really big point. But down to SMG, Putra trying to touch the net. But never mind that Team No Recall hold the higher ground. They got advantage, but Fredo.
Because Fredo.
Oh my goodness! He got Steelers! Fredo on the loose! Fredo, he just have to bow down for that. But it was a really great nade and a very nice timing.
Yeah, TNR has all the thing in the back. Everything here they have in the back to win this round, they have it. They have the higher ground, they have the weaponry, they have looted out a lot of these other teams as well. Geek in a lot of trouble as TNR comes pushing through. There's still a couple of players down on the floor. They will be able to pick themselves back up, but no, it's Ryan getting shot by the rest of Geek fam.
Yeah, and Geek fam, this is again another time that they are so close. They can smell the aroma of that chicken dinner. They just gotta go in and grab it. TNR severely crippled. And in terms of resources, Geek fam are just healthier as Sane finds the first one on the Sin B Pro. Still a 9k, also getting down by Geek fam. This is their chance to push in. Only Insomnus and Ryan left alive for TNR. I think Geek fam, maybe they got this in the bag.
It's true, V3 now Sane coming up from a flank side with Damroot and also QB will have to rush and be the entry fragger. Ryan's on his way go towards the higher ground, and also the blue is clipping in. He has to take up the fight with the micro. Uzi take one down, but he's sometimes down for the moment. And Damroot really low.
Oh,
Ryan
no.
playing
Ryan
the healing game. This is not gonna be enough for Ryan. We do know most members of Geek Fam, but Geek Fam, will they finally get themselves the chicken dinner they've been waiting for since the last game ever? But do they have
Oh my
enough
God.
healing
He's trying
back?
to outlast this.
Oh no.
It's impossible.
Oh, yeah, he
It's
give up.
just impossible. There's no way out. Now goodbye, Ryan. You are Private Ryan. You will be missed. Geek Fam, chicken dinner on the second match.
Yes, finally. Took them 2 weeks, but they finally got the chicken dinner. They finally were able to close out one game. This is very well deserved.
A little bit skeptical of what he's saying here. So hopefully we'll be going into this next match, seeing all of this team fight out with Yudu. That will be a little bit fun to watch. But we are moving to Erangel for our third match of the day. It's week 2, of course, day number 1. Yudu again getting 80.5%.
Yes.
What
And
is
again,
this?
yes,
That-
exactly the same as the last
Come
game.
on,
I said
guys.
you do wasn't going to
Yes.
But the
Yes.
process is not even like 1,000 people. Where
Hey,
are
come on.
you guys? Like
Yes.
the rest of the universe. Like where are you guys? Because we really need you guys to drop your voting.
I gotta say though, Easy deserves more than 0%. Exactly. They got themselves 2 winner chicken dinners. How can you guys be so bad?
You can't. There is no way you can overtake Yudo in terms of vote. But, I mean,
Dun-dun-dun.
no, XYR, our director, alongside Hopkaz, Zai, and Yota. Well, for those who don't know, Yota celebrated his 100th games observed last week.
You know what? I really want them to put a background effect whenever they pop up, like cha-ching, that kind of effect, like their grand entrance of the observer.
You are giving the director too much.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, we're gonna do the sound effect for them.
Yes.
Cha-ching! Okay, there you go. I did it.
You can put the Pharaoh team, right? You know the new legendary, the Pharaoh outfit.
Now you're asking too much.
I think Exer is actually standing on top of a stool there. That's why he looks a little bit taller than everybody else.
He is like that in real life.
He is tall. Come on.
Is it extra or a top class?
Okay. Never mind. I know this.
Okay, back about the game. This circle. By the way, sorry for the cloud thing. He is actually in the BM section
Yeah,
or
you
BM
call-
cast. I do want all 4 of us sit here so we can like open up a squad by ourselves. Maybe one day 4 people squad. Like why not?
We can do that, but I don't think we'll be any good.
I am surprised.
I mean, with the first, not even the start of the game. Like everybody's dropping. Also, we already died there, right?
I'm surprised that Marlino didn't drop at
Yep.
Sosnoka military base. That was their kind of go-to place. I'm surprised they didn't go there.
Maybe because it's A versus B. Maybe because of that. Plus, maybe there's some teams. This is the tricky part about them being this regroup shuffle all over again. Like, for example, you do know they're fighting A versus B or even C. Back then, it was a one particular group in one fixed number of groups.
Yeah.
This time, we shuffle it over. So, like, they have to know which group drop the same drop as they do. And if they're fighting against them, they need to swap the places.
Yeah, and that team happens to be JA. I think JA also loves to drop on the south side of the map, so it's pretty smart for Marlino to just dodge that completely. But they are right in front of Kingsman, so they are not exactly away from potential gunfights early on.
Yeah, Noxy, it looks like he might be the brunt of it. No, it's actually been right beside Cabo. He wants to take this fight. The sniper is a little bit further behind, Insider supporting Cabo as well. He is on top of the hill, so he has kind of a vantage point over Bean, but as it stands, Bean really not thinking about jumping into the next house that soon.
Yeah, but down to I'm happy the fact that we're not looking at JA versus AGMT again. It's 2 games in a row. Those teams are actually fighting each other way earlier than the rest of the teams that we're looking about here. Molino this time they got themselves quite decent amount of kills, but just one chicken dinner for them in day 2, and they're not trying to get on Kingsman. Kingsman almost got it last week, didn't land their chicken dinner, but they are one of the most reckoned teams out there. I'm talking about them. When it comes to CQC, they are quite decent.
Yeah, and Bean might be rushed by Kingsman. You can see that they have their reinforcements arriving on time, so they're going to try and flush out Marlino. And if you are Marlino right now, you got to run away from Kingsman. There's no way that they can take the fight. They're pretty much too scattered, and they are making the right choice. But Bean, he's isolated.
Bean is hidden here. He has the opportunity to take this kill first, but they are behind the wall, so Wagyu should be safe for now. But KTM, they have an inkling of where he's at. They won't be able to fight him off, as Bean will be dropped very, very fast. Where is the rest of his teammates? So that means the answer. They're coming in very slowly here.
Oh, but look at that sniper, man, taking one down. KGM, Cabo can make it on time to save Waggies here. At the same time, they don't have that much loot on the side of KGM. We talk about them pretty low just now. No utilities. Some of them don't even have a helmet to begin with.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Marlino, despite them getting that early knock on the Wagyus, they will still lose Bean. But things could have gotten way worse. They're just too far away to rescue the buddy. They did expend a bit of resources from KGM early on, so it's not too bad, but you don't want to lose one man early on.
Yeah, KGM's runner scattering to find some more loot here because again, they had dropped very, very fast. They didn't really have time to loot around here. They had to fight against KGM, so against Marlino. So KGM right now, they are in a little bit of a precarious spot because they can't really get out of the houses that they have looted so far. But Noxy is breathing down their necks right now. Marlino looks like they want to take this fight.
Oh,
Dingo's again on the bridge. Dingo's on the
no.
bridge for 4 times in succession. Every single time that we are on Wrangle, Dingo's will be there.
Yeah, I was saying goes for Net Brother coming out from the southern side of the map itself, but they are actually in the circle of that. We're talking about the southern side. The circle was beautifully landed on the southern island there. So everybody tried to come across. Look at this Net. Bridge camping is guarding this place as it's heaven. And Net Brother just waiting every single person trying to cross this over.
What a spray from Is. That was at least 250 meters with that SMG. So just perfect aim. But Dingoes, they are now completely separated from each other. They cannot cross this bridge. Net Brotherhood is guarding the hood, and Cinco will find a GG. He is gone. Tries to drown himself, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, this is the
no
weird
way.
thing about this, right? Usually we see Dingoes out there, but this time around they are met with Net as well. Kind of a misplaced in terms of the group, so they will be fighting along each other, or fighting each other rather. But Dingoes though, having the brunt of it, as you can see, they are still stuck on top of the bridge. Really can't pass here, as Net is the one that's gatekeeping now. We have seen Dingoes gatekeeping that bridge for 3 games, or 4 games in a row, or 3 games I think rather. But we always saw Dingoes there. The team that was always having problems with that, actually J8 have to pass through them to get through the mainland as well. So yeah, this time around it's actually Net being the better team.
Yeah, they have been camping this first. So the first serve basically, and Dingoes, you know, the moment they lost 2 members out there, that's 2 heavy casualties straight from the start of the game. They should have looted before crossing that bridge, by the way. It kind of cost them way too much, cost them too dearly. I say, right now, their only options, right, just play it safe. No, they cannot push for the fraggings anymore.
Yeah, I mean the worst part is that they had to backtrack because of that incident. So all the way back to where they started, they are lucky that they still have a vehicle to rotate around the map. But crossing that bridge, they have to kind of go over to the western side. But now SMG, they're gonna run into Geek Fam, Damn Root all alone, having to deal with 2 members of SMG. Geek Fam did take out Putra earlier on, but SMG, they're coming in for retribution. So with Danru on the second floor, Bart is going to push in. Danru in that isolated room. Bart with the early spray, the pre-fire coming in from SMG. Danru downs 1, but he will eventually be taken out.
Yeah, Damru is all alone in that room, so we kind of known that was going to happen, but Bart will be able to be picked up as well. So absolutely didn't really do much, really lose much in that situation. But right now, where is the rest of Geek? That remains to be the question here. I'm not seeing this 3-1 split that much. A little bit uncertain of what they were doing.
Yeah, but Gig Fam, Damroot, he died beautifully with that unicorn smoke at least. But down to KGM, they have not let Marlino himself or Marlino here to get away. But so far, they're taking a longer route. So just to be sure that they want to be a bit more safe, only pick the fight that's really necessary.
Oh yeah, Marlino already lost beat earlier on. You don't want to run into the same team again, but Kingsman, they are actually right behind Marlino, and in front of them is actually Yudu Gang and HGMT. So that southern side is overpopulated. Teams are gonna start gonna start exiting the game pretty soon. With the circle at this state, it kind of surprises me that not many teams are moving into the circle.
Yeah, you usually see a lot more teams just take the gamble, right? Cross the river or cross the sea and then get yourself into the beach on the other side, right? If I'm not mistaken. But let's see whether this airdrop gives me a little bit of fun today, or will they? I got 2 eSIMs. I get all my loot. So you guys can punch in that loot as well to participate in the PMPL as well. So you guys can get some nice loot there. Punch it in, get yourself some loot, and at the same time, remember to check out PMPL2020.com as well for all your stats on all your important teams, or all your favorite teams, as well as all your favorite players. That will be right there on PMPL.com.
Yep.
What was the gun just now? Was it an AWM?
I think it was the AWM, yeah.
Yeah, right. And we got it on J8. So I want to see, can Boyka utilize the snipe with whatever drops there is. I'm not sure if there's a glizzard. Apparently there's none. So if there's a glizzard, it's going to be a super big bonus. But by the way, speaking of the rotation itself,
yeah,
I do notice that some teams want to rotate a bit late because they do know maybe there are some bridge camping out there. But at the same time, it's best when it comes to this kind of circle to actually take a boat on any part of the shorelines there, because there's not much boat going on. So if you secure the boat quite early on, maybe you can go towards the southern side of the map and it's more secure that way.
Yeah, and Resurgence, they are the first one to make it onto the bridge, and unluckily, the more populated bridge is not in favor of the circle. No,
that's why just dodge a bridge.
yeah, now Resurgence, they have the advantage, right? Yudu Gang had to have cross. Look at the amount of teams on that eastern bridge. This is going to be pretty messy. SMG, they make the smart move. They actually go to the harbor and take a boat instead. They were like, we're not going to drive to the bridge. Net Brotherhood, they've already deserted the bridge that they were guarding earlier on, so good for them. But let's see if Yudu Gang can get past Resurgence.
I think Yudu just now, Jumper was trying to find the boat for his team, if I'm not mistaken, the way he drive along the shoreline. But it's just, you know, when you're too late taking that boat, it's only a really limited number of boats that's available in the game.
Yeah, and as it stands, so it's kind of congested towards the eastern side of this bridge, so a lot of these players will be coming in very, very shortly. Yudu trying to get ahead of the game to kind of park themselves out on top of the bridge as well. Can just stay there for the meantime, but as it stands, there'll be a lot of things coming on towards them. I don't think this will be a fight that they want to take. Maybe go a little bit more inland, just play from the sides. But as it stands, they are right smack on top of this bridge. It seems like they want to camp here, but I don't think it will be wise.
Did Jumper just see a boat? Okay, maybe.
No, it was actually a jet ski over there
it was
just now, but it's not enough of whole full team.
Yeah, just too far away. Tara.
4-2-0 again.
4-2-0 again. Again? But it's not. Oh, come on!
Oh no, he can't catch a break, that guy.
Oh man, come on! Not like this.
We love him playing the ninja last time, but apparently this time it won't work because he doesn't have a shack to work with.
Yeah, he's down. He's going down. Like Flash Vision, they're not even in the area to save him. He's going to die to the blue. The credit goes over to Tara, so good for Tara as the circle closes in. But luckily for Flash Vision, Tara will have to run through them regardless. So maybe Flash Vision can still salvage this situation.
Yeah, they're trying to salvage it. As you can see, they're positioning around, trying to look at where Tara is, trying to catch them off guard, but as he stands, they're eating the blue as well. So FV, they have to make a decision here to rather get inside the circle, try to fight this off, because if they fight this, I don't think they will be able to escape.
Oh no!
No, he actually hits a tree. No, he's out on the floor. They know where he's at. He's gonna spray it down. Wildhouse will get that kill. Oh, Grim, right on the floor as Atama will have to provide support, but he's all alone. They kind of have an inkling where he's at, but 4-2 and Grim, all both on the floor, they will be bleeding out.
You know what? Let's just make it a statement here. FV and vehicles, like, never gonna be well between those. Like, never since last season, this season. Every single time when they actually messed up with a vehicle, it's gonna be right in front of their enemy's team. And that's Tara scoring 2-0 for the trade had happened. And now down to the bridge wall. It seems like the bridge of death, we call it on the eastern side. Good luck crossing that, guys.
Finally?
No way. Yeah, look at that now. How messy it is.
Finally, we got a southern circle, but again, it's 8 GMT against Yudu Gang right on this bridge. This is going to be pretty crucial. 8 GMT losing Trixie early on. Xiao is also in the red as Fredo is isolated, but he's in a perfect flank with that first nade right on top of Xiao. Also clipped Trixie just a bit. So 8 GMT, they got to watch their flanks right now because Fredo, we've seen this guy play. We know how good he is. And he's going to find 2 members of 8 GMT.
Right, just gonna rummage it through the rubble here as Fredo pushes through as well through the smoke. Should be able to finish this off as Xiao's on the floor. Finish him off. Trixie's behind the wall as well. But the rest of Yudu are coming. AGMT, they have to flip on his fight. Looks like Eclipse will bail on his friend. So long, goodbye my mate. I'm going off here into the sunset. But he gets dropped as well as Jumper blows his car up. Yudu better from them winning that fight against AGMT.
I have a feeling AGMT just now just calling, abandon the ship, abandon the ship. No, 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 the cavalry has arrived. They're all coming over. And that's just the end of it. Are they actually the first team to be out for AGMT?
Yeah, they are. That is
Husky, I wasn't wrong when it comes to you are the curse.
Hey, Yudu is still in, okay? That was sweet revenge, okay? AGMT took out Yudu early on, but now we get a rematch of Resurgence against Yudu. Small boy gets the break on the Jumper, but drags with the return fire, takes him out.
Yeah, Y2K sit behind him. They should be able to take this fight, but Smallball getting sprayed down. He will be finished off as well. Yudu still 4-man strong here, running against RSG. As you can see, RSG spinning themselves back. They're gonna push back here inside the circle. I think, yeah, as you said, the best bet is to run back into the circle. Don't take this fight against Yudu because Yudu has the upper hand and they're punching for it. They know where Resurgence is. They want to go in for the kill.
Yeah, but the rest of Team Resurgence repositioned themselves the moment they saw the whole team of Yudu Gang just charging right in front of the faces. We're talking about Gig taking one down on Team No Recall. This is the moment where everybody just have to mess up their driving skills in the game, because we're looking at Resurgence. We'll have a play of a bumper car against Yudu on top of this hill.
Yep, and again, Naoki is always the guy that provides the backline fire. He always stays behind for his team. Usually when Manparang is around, he will stay there with Manparang, but because it's jumper, so he's all alone. But they do see knocks from Marlino. They also force a crash from Superboy, so Yudu able to slow down Marlino's rotation. They don't need to be worried about the kill. Dingo goes out in 14th place, in 15th place, and Fredo again on a solo mission to get those points for his team. And now you can see another team. It's gonna be AKA Fredo with the spray down, and Luyo, goodbye. Good night, sleep tight, sweet prince. That's another 3 point for Yudu gang.
God, this guy is just really savage. I'm talking about him being a monster. Left, right, he's so freaking greedy. He just keep on getting the kill, and he got it.
The best thing is Fredo was the one that shot, but Drax was the one that got both of the knocks. And everybody was saying, Fredo, oh my god, what this
And Drax is like,
wonderful 2 kill, and Drax is like, me.
Fredo saw Marlino, he also saw AKA, and he managed to do damage on both sides.
He still did. So looking back at the map, we can see Star is taking the long rotation around Geeks as well, swimming their way back towards the island. But J8, looks like J8 will be fighting off Yudu very soon here. They're pushing up into Naoki. It looks like he is on his knees as the rest of J8 want to push through.
Yeah, now J8 tried to pressure on Yudu. Gangzala managed to knock one down. It's all down to Fredo again. The man, the legend. Will they actually clutch this out for the rest of the team? While J8 tried to approach it in every single way possible. And now Zali's flies open. And now he probably get knocked. The jumper on his knees. Fredo relocates himself, but it just walks right into 3 members. J8, what happened? Drax got revived at the back here, tried to save Naoki. And Jumper is bleeding out at the moment. Boyka, damn cute, is bleeding out. Rocky and Boyka, can they fight against 3 members of Yudu? They just revived them.
Boyka managed to get the knock onto Fredo. Fredo and Drax, they both bought enough time for his team to revive both Naoki and Jumper. So this is good for Yudu gang. But J8 at the same time were able to get their hands onto Zali to bring him back up. Damn cutie though, now he's isolated as Naoki immediately drives for the flank as the nade does come out. Fredo able to be revived on slither of health. They're going to try and bring Fredo back to life, and they should be able to do so.
Oh, last stick of health. Can he be saved? They saved him.
They saved him?
They saved him. That was really last health. I'm talking about while we have AKA just join in around that corner. While we have also we start taking down on Gig Fam. But Yudu gang, they just undying. They never die.
Yeah,
oh my god.
They're like cockroaches. They refuse to die.
This is exactly like the same first game, right? In the show match, they died, they pick each other up, they keep picking each other up, and somehow in front of J8, one of the strongest teams here, they will be able to do so. SMG now he finds him as well, but gets dropped. SMG is in a lot of trouble now.
Oh no, you know what? The moment you thought you cornered Yudu gang, they will actually prove you otherwise. Drag trying to get out on Rocky, but at the same time, they attract too much attention on the side.
If you want to take out Yudu, you gotta make sure that those knocks are converted into kills, because the moment Yudu gets back up, it is payback time. Fredo gets knocked once again, but I think Yudu gang will be able to pick him up, no problem. They've crippled J8. They're taking the fight straight to I think the third party as well. This is not looking good as Fredo finally gets confirmed by Rocky after so long.
Yeah, right now Yudu getting pushed as well. They are sitting outside of the circle, so they have to kind of get themselves in. But again, they're getting stopped in their tracks by J8 right in front of them, and SMG as well. SMG being the third party here, trying to go in for those kills. But right now, it looks like Yudu will have to fight SMG head on. But Jenny and Trixinity still very much alive here as Yudu and Jumper and Naoki going to try and push them through.
J8, if they want to deal with the night time, no, wait for the nade drop in, and Drax hoping and praying. But Boyka knocked one down on Yudu. Naoki Resurgence or they had taken a bit of a fight against Net Brother. We're talking about J8 and also Zal, if I'm not mistaken, it's Boyka and Rocky left. Are trying to get away from the blue zone, who's closing in right time, but they park themselves right across them. Now it's payback time, but at the same time, easy across there. Oh, there's also SMG. Boyka didn't see this one coming.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Yudu. They got called out as Boyka also gets shot from the back by Shizo, but Trixinity gets down by Jumper. Yudu, can they do it? It seems like it's just not enough. Now down to Drag to keep his team alive. Confirms Trixinity as Jenny is is now going to be on the low ground. Drex needs to find him, but his teammate, they are already out. Jumper is still pretty much alive. This nade is going to be huge from Jenny. Tosses in to the high ground. Connect! And SMG, they wipe you to gank.
Aski.
Oh,
You know what?
yeah, unfortunately for you, right? But yeah, they got naded 1 for 2. That just to let you just to reiterate, 1 for 2. That nade came out and somehow J8 still very much alive. They have one player there, SMG as well, who was being the third party in that fight. Net is coming out from the most healthiest of places because they came in from the southern side. They were on Sinoska military base. They didn't really have to shuffle that much. They were on the bridge for a bit of the time. Then they came back in towards the circle. We start still there. Taram has a long way to long stretch for them to come inside the circle. Where we start and Easy are waiting for them. And Link comes first. But we have to look at J8, right? Rocky still very much alive here. AKA Marlino. They are fighting on towards the eastern side.
Yeah, but now Easy taken down on Tara. At the same time, one knockdown, Easy scoping over them. We start with a higher ground advantage, scoping and filled with a very wide field to look down on.
Oh,
Easy. The nades are crazy good. And now finish off. That's a clutch coming up from Skizo. Easy is just going it easy.
Yeah, GG, Easy. Just make it look so simple. Taking out Tara, Geek Fam, at the same time also eliminated by Net Brotherhood, as Net Brotherhood, 4-man strong, same as Easy LX. So now we are gonna get a very interesting final phase as all these teams that we have been waiting to see show up, they made it to the final phase. This is going to be an insane battle for a new chicken dinner winner.
Now this is just crazy. As you can see, Net, of all the teams, Net actually have a chance to win this game. We were looking for them for the first week. They were missing, but now
Just stop dancing the team.
They have
Stop dancing the team.
They have showed up, so hopefully they will get maybe a very good finish here. But SMG's Jenny still very much alive, along with Rocky. They were the ones that towards the eastern side of the circle, still fighting it off. But Jenny, the blue is hitting him. He has to heal up here. I don't think that he'll be able to get inside the circle because Rocky is winning on the other side. But Easy's taking his fight against Marlino. Now Net still very much safe here.
Oh, Jenny gonna play the healing game. I do know he got a bunch of huge amount of utilities, so he will be a-okay if he rotates a bit late, just as long he don't get discovered by 4 members of Net, plus Rocky on top of that, and Easy across him. So you know what, Jenny, just play the healing game for now. We kind of understand, but we star. Oh, the circle just gonna be easy this time. So will it be another easy chicken dinner? Because we do know when it comes to fight, they are the best, but they never place themselves at the last few circles here.
Yeah, and the best part is right now, no one has ownership of that last circle. Now everyone has to find their way in. We Star Expert, they got the shorter end of the stick because no one is there to contest them. They have free entry, but Jenny going for a drive and it's not gonna work out as Natai does spot him out. So there goes the reign of SMG out in 5th place.
Yeah, still with 4 teams here. Net very much all 4 players still standing. We Star has 2, Easy as 4 as well, but one of the players from Easy has been knocked here. We are still wondering whether We Star wants to go in for the fight because they are behind everybody. They have to go in, but as it stands, so Net again has the upper hand, but they have to be wary of Rocky because he might be the kingmaker here. He might stop Net from getting that chicken dinner because he's coming from behind them.
Well, then never mind that we start just watching in, but I have a feeling it's gonna go wrong. It's gonna be We Star playing himself at 4th place. That explosion of that vehicle, that's just too much for them to handle. But Rocky, you know what?
Yeah.
This guy is just pretend to be a rock while snaking it up. But he got Psycho. Oh no, he exposed himself the moment he does that.
Yeah, and it's about time for Rocky to just buckle up and take the fight to Net Brotherhood. But Net Brotherhood, they are playing this slow. They know that they have Easy LX to worry about in front of them. So Rocky is not their main issue, but now they know that there's a third party involved.
Yeah, they kind of have an inkling of where Rocky is at because the shot's coming in from his side, but as it stands, they have to be content or they have to fight on Easy first. Because once they kind of corner J8's Rocky there, they will be open and out for business by Easy LX. So they have to be careful going into this. And it looks like they are still looking towards Easy LX. They do not know where Rocky is.
Yep, Rocky just being a sneaky guy as he can. Maybe he learned it from the best 4-2-0 probably. But J8, yeah, Rocky.
Oh, no.
Psycho knows because he almost knocked Psycho down. So Psycho kind of get the idea there's somebody here, but it's just so hard to land his vision on them because they have Easy to deal with. But Rocky, he got himself even a level 3 loot item. So can it be enough? Well, looking at this, Psycho, Atai just looking at the wrong direction.
Yeah, and at this point, Net Brotherhood, they just gotta take up Easy, but They're close to Rocky.
It's like
Rocky,
he
right
played
behind
without feelings.
Yeah, Rocky, he's still there. So Net Brotherhood right now, the main focus is going to be Easy LX, as April will be the one to fire the first few shots onto the rotation, coming in possibly from Easy LX, but not able to land those damage yet.
Yeah, J8 again. Rocky is still very much alive here, still being a thorn in the
April's
side of
near him
Net
though.
Easy, but Easy's coming out for the fight as well. Net has to be
Oh, he
careful.
found
Even
one!
behind, he's able to find him, but no, he gets dropped. It's actually April who gets dropped by the Easy players. Easy pushing in as well. April will be finished off. Easy with 4 players left. Net with 3. J8 with just 1. He's still alive.
Yeah.
And he is just
The
not
name-
even the circle. Oh
Goodbye.
no! Goodbye, Rocky. You'll be remembered well. But now down to Psycho and the rest of Net Brother. It seems like they have to fight this down to 2 teams. 3v4 at the moment.
Yeah, and because of Rocky, Net Brotherhood have been severely crippled, so they gotta fight with a man disadvantage. It's gonna be 2 versus 4 as Easy Airways. They're gonna start pushing in. Only 2 members from Net Brotherhood that they have to worry about, as Zico will be the first one to fire those few shots. Changes to a better scope. Just going for the picks. They know that Net Brotherhood have not much place to hide, just behind the trees, under the cover of those smokes. Easy LX. This is their game to lose.
Oh, but wait for Psycho. It's really low. They try to revive him. Can he make it on time? We're talking about Easy trying to surround every way possible. Fan in that position. Now he's right in the middle of it, giving more time and space towards the rest of Net Brother. They try to spray, but no, he's not connecting. He exposed himself as well.
Yeah, Net actually picked one of the members up, but no, they
Oh.
are on the bottom side because the Psycho will be taken out here, and the rest of Easy wants to encroach upon the rest of Net here, but Net is just playing it very, very safe, hiding behind those cars, hiding behind those smokes, buying a lot of time here, but Easy is in a lot of trouble. They're coming from all angles, as you can see the map from the bottom side. Easy is actually flanking around, sorry, Assets is flanking around.
Oh no.
Not well, still very much alive, I'm not too sure how.
Yeah, just Easy just gotta be patient. Knocked out Atai. Psycho got himself back out. The is also around. Psycho managed to down one. Skisto as he gets taken out. Asta not pretty healthy as well. So Net Brotherhood, they actually still have a slight fight. Is has to cover the smoke as Dido actually rushes in front of him. They just need to find that one last kill onto Is, and they should be able to find this. Is it. It is Easy LX with the 3rd chicken dinner of the league.
Psycho is Easy. Lemon squeezy, you called them right, and sorry for the teams that actually get out earlier. Sorry, I was have to point it out for you.
Finally, it will be a map that Yudu has already won once, so hopefully they will get this right and win this match as well. So welcome back. This is map number 4 for the league, and it's Yudu
What
leading
happened?
the charts, leading the charts again. But this time, 83.7. They've lost at least 2 points there.
It's okay. It is okay.
It's okay.
The loyalty.
But easy, though.
Easy, guys. Come on, Easy got
Second
himself that
game.
chicken
You
dinner
guys
just now.
ignore Flash Vision, okay? They are also sitting at 0. The loyalty shall be rewarded, but the first thing I want to see is if Yudu Gang will drop Painan.
Probably. We're going to have to wait and see, because when we talk about drop this time, it's not going to be the same every single week, because why? The group changes based on the ranking system. So if they want to drop whatever they want to drop, they have to make sure that it won't be clashing with another team. For example, GMT, 8 GMT and also J8 has been actually fine themselves contending the same. Never mind. I have to do this first. These are your observers lineup.
And leading the team is our observer director XCYR with 4 of his buddies, Topcast, Zai, Nek, and Yota. Great team. All of these highlights that we saw, courtesy to these observers, and of course, alongside this great circle. Mwah, I love it.
As you can see, only FV is right smack in the middle. 8 GMT is heading towards Hatins as well. KGM is towards the eastern side. They're going to Cow along with SMG, the rest of SMG. Tara is right smack in the middle. But as you can see, J8, where they love themselves best, or where they love best, is actually bootcamp. They're going towards that direction. Yudu is heading towards Painan, so they kind of could be meeting each other very soon. But as it stands, this is one of the maps which the fights kind of come a little bit slower.
Yeah.
It's a trash circle. You know why? Because everybody will walk into the same direction, which is going to be southwest of the map. Because if it ended up in nothing, it's just going to be that one particular island. That's so small. But the circle just love dropping on small circles. Because why? They just want to make the other lands looks inevitable and just...
Just breathe as we lay back in Paradise Resort, Resurgence's favorite place to drop in Sanhok. And Gang, they also pull out the same strat, right? When they drop Painan, they don't drop all 4 guys in that area. They actually split apart. So they did that in week 1. It kind of worked out for them because you remember the skirmish between them and PPG, which was a hard-fought battle between those two teams. This time with J8 nearby, maybe Gang needs to be a bit more cautious.
I think maybe for the reason that is actually a good point. It kind of give them like one pair will go for the loot first, the other two making sure that being a scout or the lookout for the time. And then they're gonna swap places there. And at the same time, it kind of give them the, feel like the security of looting your items and building it up. And at the same time, if any teams approaches, they will get to know firsthand.
Yeah, usually we want the teams to be a little bit more fight heavy very early on, but along the sides of whatever happened last week, it seems that this week around a lot of these teams are just slowing their gears a little bit. They're not taking those fights very early on, except for AGMT. I think one of the teams which like to take fights very early on as well. Yudu is one on the other side as well. But a lot of these other teams are just kind of pulling back from fighting.
Do you think like that? Because I personally feel like this week is like more aggressive than previous weeks. I'm not talking about them rushing into one squad and try to wipe everybody out, like intentionally to do that. It's like just the fight happened to clash a bit early. Like they didn't expect the drop points to be, clashing with another team.
Yeah, you can kind of say it's sometimes a collateral damage, right? Teams that don't really like to fight early on, they are forced to be in this situation because other teams are running into them as Flash in a 4-2-0. We've kept our eyes on this guy for the entire day, and this time he's in a bad position with AGMT just trying to shoot him down. Trixie with a nade, Xiao as well. He manages to not take a single tick of damage, but he's got to get out of there.
Yeah, but 4-2-0 is the scout. At the same time, it's like 4-2-0 again.
He's all alone there. AGMT is like, I don't want to take this fight. He's just one guy. Let's not waste time. Let's go looting, get ourselves into a circle, a little bit better positioning because 4-0 might be a taunt in their size, but then it's not a taunt that can kill.
But now they have to face Yudu Gang. Now you take it out on Trixie first because the moment they reverse themselves, backtrack that, it's just, you know what, you have to pick. Either you want to go for FV or you want to go for Yudu Gang now.
I mean, the rivalry between these two teams are so strong. Like 3 maps in a row, they run into each other. So far it's 1-1, but it seems like Yudu Gang, they're about to close out this best of 3 clash with a 2-1 result as Drax hits Xiao with the nade, but he also gets tagged as well.
Yeah, right now he's back to an Naoki. They're just trying to circle around the rest of AGMT, but AGMT are on top of the hill. It's a little bit hard for them to fight this, and as it stands, Flash Vision is right behind AGMT as well. So this will be a very, very big fight because it will be 3 of these teams which like to fight very early on. But FV, I think, has the higher advantage here because, of course, they are on top of the hill, but they are the teams which need the advantage because all these skirmishes very early on has been not going in their favor.
Yeah, but I have to agree. But AGMT... you do. Oh my God. This looking at, I don't know. They're kind of being sandwiched quite tough here. They don't have any way out. We're talking about stone structure all over the place. The only way in and way out is either take on Yudu Gang or you have to fight another team on top of that.
Yeah, this might come as a surprise for S8GMT, right? Because Yudu Gang, they normally circle around Painan, but they completely move out of the area and hit out his head, and he's just gonna get shot and fall down the cliff. So Fredo gets himself a nice Christmas dinner. Even though Christmas is not here, but 3 point for Yudu.
Merdeka dinner.
It's him again, it's Flash Vision.
But that slide though is just so dramatic.
And
Great.
you will claim that kill as well. Firing the first blood, and now they want to go in charging for the flank as well. FV is still on top of the hill, AGMT in between them. So Fredo is going to take the long way around to try and get the flank off on FV as well as AGMT. But as it stands, FV has the upper hand. They are on top of the hill. They can see Arm as well, who has been dropped. They can pick him up. At the stands, Naoki is a little bit behind the rock formation as well.
Yeah, but now AGMT just returned fire. Fredo being knocked down there with a nade, a huge one on top of his head there. And he got himself quite members here for FB that kind of revived there. At the same time, Jumper finish up on AGMT. Eclipse finish on Fredo.
Oh, no.
But Jumper knocked down Naoki.
Wow!
4-2. Oh my goodness me, Yudu. The first team to be out from this time.
Well, 4-2-0, at least he did something this time, you know, taking out the front runners.
He's doing a good deed.
It's doing a good deed. And AGMT against Yudu head-to-head clash this time. They met 3 times, and I think AGMT, they won fair and square 2-1. Well, I mean, 4-2-0 but you know, who cares about that?
Yeah, you do had to be careful on their backs. You know, they were splitting in the defenses, right? So that was the problem. They were kind of split 2 and 2, so they couldn't really cover each other. At the same time, FV kind of just rolled on top of them as AGMT was taking the fight against Yudu as well. So they got scrambled between 2 places and they just got destroyed.
Yeah, and we talk about this, right? How they drop Painan and how they navigate that area. This is one of the biggest risks that's gonna bite them in the back, and it did happen. So
oh, guys, it's just, you know what, that's really tragic. But we have to jump to another
tragic.
team now. But Dingos here, aka, this is just gonna go more interesting and more intriguing. We're talking about Nukes now climbing over the wall, trying to find the rest of AKA around that warehouse. So can he land the shot first? Because it's all down to first come, first serve here. And we do know MQD, he clutched things out sometimes, but Kichap and Loyu will be a bit far from the rest of the team. So Nuke is going in, rushing in solo.
And his teammate is actually towards the southern side, so he has to be careful a little. But AKA already lost a couple of plays here. Dingo's firing on all cylinders. AKA dropping players like flies. Now MQD is right in front of Nook, but can he take this fight? We can't really see where he's at. He's jumping towards the left, jumping towards the right. They should be able to get this kill, but Nook's actually running away from that fight.
yeah, they're actually gonna try and pincer Nook, and I don't think Nook's gonna live for long. They finally find him, and Nook just not even able to take out any utilities or any armor from the side of a Dingoes, and there goes.
I'm surprised because why Nuke was solo-handedly going in just now. The rest of AK have no clue of what's happening, and the rest of Team Dingoes flushed them out. Wiped clean. Wow.
This is Dingo's forte. They are really good at swarming their enemies, and AK, they're out alongside Yudu. Now AGMT, not out of the woods just yet. It is Kingsman, their fellow Singaporean brethren, challenging them in the middle of this hill.
Yeah, and AGMT has the upper hand. They are above them. Should be able to get a couple of kills here, but the sense is Kingsman. They have Wagyus up on top as well, so he's watching the flank, making sure that nobody comes in from the other side. But as you can see, Resurgence on towards the compound as well. They are quite close towards AGMT, but now Wagyus will have to hold the line. He's all alone here as Ninja comes railing through. They should be able to find him here in behind the rocks. Wagyus still hiding, but they're checking their left, checking their right, making sure that Wagyus has already been exposed. They're going to go gunning for him, but Ninja is taking his time.
I have a bad feeling about this. Trying to barbecue person on Wagyu. I do know his name is Bev, but you don't have to burn him over. But Eclipse trying to find them. Oh man, rushing one particular person of KGM. They want Wagyu so bad. They are really hungry for it, and they want to take him down. He will be wiped away here. 2 teams out for now, but I'm looking at FV and SMG. Just gonna third party this one out.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for AGMT. They won their pristine piece of steak, but they're also getting themselves shot by teams like SMG. But let's look at this loot because it is the PMPL loot. So do key in that code to get yourself some juicy stuff. I don't know, choo-choo boxes, grey overalls, winter wear. I like this sailor outfit as well. Whatever.
You like sailor outfit?
Just key in the code.
You know what?
The point is, key in the dang code and get yourself a good look.
I'm imagining
the conversation.
Agree.
There.
Agree.
No.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree.
My parents are watching. Come on.
Oh my
That
God.
went so south.
I feel so bad. I imagine you in a sailor costume.
You have to say it out loud.
Come on.
Okay, back about the game. Just now, Kingsman, the one more team to be out. We're going this super fast. I'm talking about second phase only. Already lost 3 teams here. So these can be the teams that I'd say the most aggressive match so far. While we're looking on down south there, we start expert Dingos and Net. Like it or not, they will have to bump each other just before they cross the bridge later.
Yeah, Team No Recall is also heading towards the direction, but again, they have free entry here. It's up to them whether they choose to go to stay towards that the island or towards the eastern island or towards the northern island. They can choose because at this as it stands, you kind of have a 30 chance of getting it right, but it's more towards the to the northern island, so could be landing there. But as it stands again from the southern side, as you said, there's at least 4 teams that's vying for that fight. So Team No Recall is in there along with FP, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, not FP. But there's 4 teams underneath it, so they will be fighting very soon. That leaves the northern side a bit open because they're not fighting anybody.
Yeah,
Yep, I have to agree. And easy taking a boat is actually the easiest one plus the most smartest choice. Because we do see that so many teams kind of crowded over some angles of it, and they're diving straight before docking themselves in the shorelines just to make sure that nobody tried to take charge upon them. We're talking about SMG right across there, plus AGMT there, FV is there. We've seen the fight before.
Oh yeah, and Easy LX just able to get themselves on the flanking position. They're playing along the coastline, so they should be able to avoid most of the conflict as GG almost runs his teammate over. But you know,
Yeah, he just casually ride over the motorcycle across that water area and is like, you know what, I can do this.
Undingos is one of the teams that we've been saying, right? Kind of late through the first week. They kind of got themselves that chicken dinner, I think, on day 4 or day 5. And after that, we keep seeing them landing themselves in top 5.
Oh, yeah.
So they're one of the stronger teams here. I think they're performing very good, but is yet to get the second chicken dinner, or I think that will cement them on the second page.
yeah, I totally agree. I think Dingo has been slowly making their way up. What? Putra finds the first frag.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
it's almost confirms the kill, but he's gonna get shot back by Easy LX as they just docked themselves, but they're gonna run into SMG.
Yeah, but we kind of predict this potential fight gonna happen. I didn't expect it to be so soon. Hartin here, just around the outskirts. Putra managed to knock one down, but they are too far for him to finish off, so they will pick up the rest of their teammates for Easy. And now down to Trix and Putra here. They do have quite a fortress to work with, while the rest of Easy only one small compound there, and the rest of it only the terrain. So they are actually being kind of cornered, if you ask me. So it's so hard for them to advance here on.
Yeah, actually, Dingos are fighting on both fronts. They're fighting V-Star as well. So, as it stands, it's SMG. They have the compound against Easy. They're looking towards one direction. Easy thought they have the easier path coming in from the northern side of the island. But as it stands, it's SMG waiting inside Harting, waiting for them to come through. But back towards Dingos and V-Star. They're still fighting it off. But Dingos have the upper hand. They still have 2 players alive. Sprolan actually running himself out of danger. But he's on the floor. They see him. Arjun playing him, but he's so bloody low. But still very much survives here. Superlan with 1 tick of health.
Oh,
The next player needs to be finished up. But Superlan heals himself. Jumps on top of the rock. Goes fighting against Arjun. Now Arjun ducks. But Superlan somehow still survives. He wants to take this fight. Arjun is still alive as well.
And now Ajiji, where will he try to scope onto Super and get the higher ground? Now Ajiji being cornered here. He tried to toss a nade and tried to run things over. Where will he let himself? The rest of XP? No. They are bleeding out, but no Ajiji. He saw that one for Superlan. He will take him down, but the rest of Dingos is on top of that bridge.
Yeah, and Dingos, they are not ready to give their teammate away. They actually throw the smoke grenade just in time to protect Ajiji, to give it a bit of cover. So V-Star Expert, they are not out of the woods just yet. They still have the Dingos to work with. We know that Dingos are really good at swarming their opponents, and Ajiji able to crawl under that bridge to safety with his teammates watching from the bridge. Here comes the nade from AG, but he gets naded by Lord, and he's gonna go down.
Yeah, Nux trying to revive his man. Ajiji up on the floor there, but Superlan is rushing towards him. But the nade, beautiful. He gets dropped by his teammate. Carl there, a little bit uncertain what he was doing, threw the nade in. He even took his friend, but Nux still trying to rest Ajiji, but finally will be finished off. His Dingo's out at 11th place.
That went topsy-turvy really fast. I don't know how we can actually elaborate on that, but that just happened. But now Net Brother will fight against V-Star Expert. They try to bridge camp this area, but Psycho quite low. We see a lot of nade tossing coming out of V-Star XP.
Yeah, Carl and Superlan is gonna have a very awkward conversation after the game, but they had not given a break at all. They took out Dingos, they expanded so much utility and resources, and now they have to face off against Net Brotherhood. Well, Net Brotherhood, a team that has been unproven so far, they're gonna start by taking out V-Star Experts.
And now Carl's trying to cook the nade over just across him. He's just able. But able managed to survive this because it will be nobody that side for now. And Net Brother playing it quite slow. It's just the bridge of death right now.
Yeah, they are on the edge of the circle. So Superlan tries to revive his friend, at the same time tries to heal himself. They should be able to go in for this fight as well. Carl is very low in terms of HP, but still trying to heal himself out. Net suddenly decides they don't want to take this fight. They're still running away from this. But Apo's like, still want to fight this. I think we can take down Wistar.
Oh,
They try to throw a couple of nades around there, but Net, you can see, a little bit uncertain of where they want to go here.
Now build the ship, build the ship, build the ship. I think April's like, no! You know what? I want this fight so bad, but Wistar is not backing down as well.
This is how many nades do they
Oh!
have? Finally lands one.
How many nades do they have?
Yeah, this is a shower of grenades. This is like a grenade shower, but this is going to give the opening that Wistar X-Men needs against Net Brotherhood. Lord does get down, so maybe it's still an even fight. This is such a drawn-out conflict.
Okay, the thing is, what if another team suddenly just butts in? Yeah, this is going to be really massive.
Yeah, luckily there is no team butting in, but as Net still holding strong here on towards that bridge. Wistar pushing in as well. Ata is out in the open. He's trying to take the shot, but he's actually getting shot back. He gets dropped by Romeo there, leaving April in a curious position. He wants to go in front of the nades, the spray down will connect, gets one. Waiting for the second shot. The guy set to the above. Gets the spray down, but can't get
Wow.
Wistar gets wiped at 10th place.
At what cost? Almost all their inventories are being emptied out for that one fight. Such a long standoff, so committed to it.
Yeah, now this is suddenly bad for Net Brotherhood because they threw everything at Wistar Experts, and what did they get? Well, almost nothing, because Wistar Experts also expanded their utilities, and to make things even worse, now Net Brotherhood, they have to cross the bridge with Geek Fam and Marlino right in front of them, and at the same time, you're looking at Tara on the bottom of the mountain with Flash Vision on top, SMG also parking themselves in a pretty decent place. I would say right now, if you're Flash Vision, you're happy with it.
You know what?
Never mind, you're not happy with it anymore.
I feel like Nat is like, you know what, we just won that, and now another hustle to go through. Look at just how many teams just
I have a
across
theory, right? So Damansara Esports isn't playing today. So the power of buying the circle has gone over to Geek Fam. This is the third time they
I have
got
to
the
agree.
circle on their side.
That's kind of true.
Ala pembeli bulatan.
You got that right. So Net is one of the teams that they just fought two teams in like quick succession, right?
Yeah.
Dingoes first, Wistar as well, but they're getting control of where Dingoes used to be on top of the bridge.
And it's not in the circle.
Yeah, but now they have to trail back towards a little island, so they have way to make there. But as it stands,
They
there's so
can't
many of
even-
these teams right in front of them.
Yeah, and they can't even swim over there because you know what? There's another team just on top of that bridge, so they can be discovered there. Well, on J8 here, from Bootcamp down towards the southern side of the map now, and they have to go through one team, which is team number 7 here, Team No Recall. We've seen them before. Team No Recall having a rough start.
Yeah, but so far Team Rico still having form and strong as Rocky. Does get a couple of shots onto Stewart 9K. That's able to take him, doesn't able to down him though, but Resurgence, they are already out in 9th place, so bye-bye the previous chicken dinner winner of Sunhawk.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky for Resurgence there. I say a bit unlucky because they're the type of teams is 50-50 up in the air. They like to take compound fights very early on the middle stages of the game, but it's up in the air. Sometimes they win it, sometimes they don't. So that's one of the things where they have to be more consistent with getting those top positions, because even if you take those fights, you want to give a little bit of edge to yourself. You don't want it to be 50-50, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of have to tweak the way you engage those compounds, because that's what's going to give you that extra edge.
But hold that thought for a second, because we're talking about J8 marching right in the front of our eyes of FV42. Got a kill till here just now. Great, but will they take out the fight here? Botak being just shushed away. Deny entrance there for the side of 40. He's been scouting this area forever. We're talking about it with a micro Uzi. 4 men of J8 try to fight this head on. He straight away go back towards his teammates there. You know what? Never mind. Go take covers first.
Yeah, TNR, they're not happy with what J8 did previously, so they want to fire back a bit. TNR, they still 9K was shot. Yeah,
That grudge.
they was shot by J8, so at least they get to take out a bit of Botak's health, and as I say that, well, that
Grudge,
happened.
people. It's just grudge.
It's just grudge. And damn QT, managing to fire back.
J8 again firing on all cylinders, fighting on two ends as well. So right in front of them is actually FV, but FV actually split apart a little bit. They're not sitting closer towards each other, which is easier for you to trade down kills. But if you sit further behind, it's not ample on this type of a map, because there's so many trees in between you and supporting your teammates. So they have to kind of just come out of those compounds. But as it stands, so it looks like J8 has the upper hand here. They are clumped out together. They should be able to trade those kills in. But here comes the firing shot first from Zali. Won't be able to take down Grim here. Then they're going to go for more kills. They won't be able to split the second kill. No, it has to be J8's player getting dropped.
Oh no, at the same time the blue is closing in here, shrinking even more further into the circle. And now FV, they got themselves this compound for a while now. Can they defend it? They took a couple of members of JA down. Now head-to-head fight on. 4-0 with a Micro Uzi. Try to find Sully and also Rock on this side. He got a Micro Uzi on top. And there's gonna be one more. There's only Sully left on the side of JA. And he got that jump! Oh, Sully win that fight just now. It's gonna be the last member here, taking 1 versus 1 for J8.
Yep, and he might be able to clutch this, but J8, they are already starting to revive. You can see X-Arm has the scope, but not able to see the fallen members of J8. Here comes the nade, is not going to be able to land. Now he tosses out the second one, but unfortunately, J8 has enough time to bring the buddies back up, so X-Arm is in a disadvantage in terms of fight. He's got to try to revive his teammate, but you need 4-2-0 to get to him yet, so both teams going to be able to reset this fight.
Yeah, they're already eating the 5th blue as well. So this is when you kind of cut your losses. You don't want to try and revive your friend. That's why Bota is on the floor. But it still has to go through FV there. There's a couple more players right in front of him. As Saitama gets dropped, there's 2 more players inside the house. They have to fight this on because if not, they will get backstabbed. As 4-2 rushes out of the house, he won't be slain. And Rocky only has 1 more player to contend with. But there's another player from JA is already dropped from behind. It's actually Stuart take the kill out for Zali. JA fighting on both ends. And FV is the one to come on top.
And
Karma hits hard there because why FV, even though they were running, they survived because of TNR right now. You know what? I take that back.
Yeah.
Geek Fam just have to butt in here.
Yeah, Geek Fan was watching, so goodbye Flash Vision. The play zone is not good. But again, Geek Fan, they bought the circle, right? They had the compound. They still have that one house within that circle. Still 9K is probably the closest towards the edge, but things are not going to be looking good for TNR either way as Net Brotherhood. Now they have their sights on Marlino.
And Net Brother is still stuck here in the fridge. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, there's no real entry to go into as a mainland. As you can see, Giggs is actually on the other. Giggs on one side, Marlino on the other. Net is right smack in the middle of both of them. As you can see, Giggs already has himself 3 houses to play with. They're still alive with 4 players. TNR out towards the horizon. You can see Tara eating the blue as well. So a lot of these teams, you kind of have to shuffle inside this. I think Lynx is just going to eat the blue and try to get himself a position. But as you said, Geek still in this fight and still fighting on towards both ends. Marlino, Sniperman getting dropped.
We're looking at TNR too at 9K at the back line. They got themselves quite a decent compound to work with. Nat Brother trying to skirmish himself, pincering about. They have been grinding their way across this bridge. They deserve to be alive. And also April now slowly docking himself. Got that air right in front of him.
Yeah.
I feel like he wants to check this out, but he finished off Marlino. That beat is right across that. 2 kills on April. That's a free kill there.
And Sniper Boy is the only one, Super Boy, excuse me, is the only one alive for Marlino. This is again Geek Fam's game to lose. You have 4 teams remaining, but Geek Fam is the only team with a full squad. As the other team with 2 members, I believe is only Net Brotherhood. The other 2 only has 1 survivor left. I think Geek Fam, this is just their game. They're gonna get their second chicken dinner most likely.
Yeah, things are looking bright for Geek Fam. Of course, they started off a little bit later, but of course, they still got the chicken
that's
game, right? This is
no.
new circle for them, a new game, a new day. They should be getting themselves a second chicken dinner here as they go firing on all cylinders. But TNR still very much alive here, being the taunt on their sides, and he's towards the eastern side as well. Net has ears, but he's right smack in the southern side.
This is
Net
it.
is going to die. Stuart is going to die. And this is Geek Fam.
This is Geek Fam's game.
Just call it. This is basically, the hype.
Yeah, I mean, they were, like what Sultan said, right? They were so close. They were always in second place. They got their first chicken dinner today. But you know what? Their efforts are going to be rewarded. They will definitely claim their second one. But we gotta give the Stewart 9K a benefit of doubt, right? Is his debut in this league? Perhaps he can do something. Perhaps he gets a miracle nade. Who knows?
But at the same time, Ace is playing the healing game for now, taking his HP bit by bit. Stewart here has to fall all the way, but they are coming in to finish off. Geek Fam rushing in. QB trying to go left, and the other going to go right. Never mind, he's going for a right side, maybe left. He is not sure about it, but Stewart being very patient. Pop the smoke just now. Damn Root trying to finish off from the flank side.
He's out.
It's gonna be healing game because Net Brotherhood will place themselves 2 spots different just now. He is just playing healing, but it's worthwhile. Getting that 2 spot, second spot. Number 2 is goodbye. It's been a great run. See you in another life. And it's gonna be last one. There's no way out. Goodbye is just now. Yeah, but he still managed to get 1 still last minute there.
kill.
But
Nah,
it's
too late.
goodbye, Ed.
I feel like he could continue hitting, but it's okay. King Fan in the second chicken dinner, slightly anticlimactic for an ending, but you know, if you buy the circle, you gotta make it worthwhile.